From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Lud Barlow, Johnny. I'm on a spot.
What's the matter?
The Templeton house in Boston was knocked over sometime during the night. We have a $100,000 loss on our hands. Can you go over there right away?
Well, I'll see what the plane situation is, Lud. And
Never mind the plane situation. Just pack up and get out to the airport. I'll meet you at Hangar 12.
What?
I'm chartering a plane for you.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Mideastern Indemnity Corporation, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Templeton Matter. Expense account item 1, $5 even, cab fare from my apartment to Hangar 12 at the airport. A twin-engine Bonanza had been rolled out and a fueling truck was pulled up alongside. A man in a sheepskin seemed to be supervising things. The man who seemed to be supervising him was Lud Barlow. When he saw me, he waved his briefcase.
Hey, Johnny.
Hi.
Why, you all set?
Well, I'm here. That's what you mean, Lud.
That all your luggage?
Yeah, this is it.
This is Tommy Clark, Johnny, your pilot. How are you?
Hi, Tom.
I'll stow this gear for you.
Oh, thanks.
The faster we move on this, the better off we are. You know that.
I know.
This is the blanket policy. This is the itemized list. This is the itemized list broken down. You'll have to check the itemized against the sales. Your authorization procedure. And a description of stock records, including shipments received by Templeton House up to and including the first day of last week. Okay?
Swell. Now maybe you'll tell me what this is all about.
And when you get there... What?
What it's all about. Let's start with Templeton House, huh?
It's the biggest jewelry firm in Boston.
You said they were robbed last night.
Burglarized, broken into somewhere between 5 and 7 o'clock in the morning.
All set, Mr. Dollar.
What'd they get away with?
Well, that's for you to find out, Johnny. We carry a blanket policy on all their stock. Anything in the store in the way of merchandise is covered.
On the phone, you said something about $100,000.
It may be 200,000, Johnny.
I take it you talked to somebody in Boston.
Yeah.
Did you talk to the police?
Yes, for a minute. I told them I was sending a man. They're expecting you.
Give you a hand, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, thanks, Tom.
Okay?
Yeah. Thanks. Who's in charge, Lud?
Lieutenant Roebuck.
Roebuck?
Yeah.
Get your seatbelt, Mr. Dollar.
Oh, sure.
He'll want to see those contents records. You be sure and tell him they're up to date.
Who's the man with the company?
What?
The man at the company.
Templeton.
Stand clear, Mr. Barlow.
Remember, Johnny, a client can face a thing like this a lot better if a man from the insurance company standing by.
I'll try to remember that.
Good luck and keep me informed.
By the time we arrived at the Boston airport, I'd read over the policy and had a fair idea of the coverage involved. Expense account item 2, $10, more cab fare. I dropped my bags off at the Independence Hotel and had the driver take me over to Templeton House. 2 police cars were parked in front of the building, and 2 uniformed police officers were parked in the doorway.
I'm sorry, mister. The store's not open today.
Well, I'm from the insurance company.
Oh. Lieutenant Roebuck's in the back. Go ahead.
At the back of the store, a white-coated intern and an ambulance attendant were working over a blanket-wrapped figure laid out on the stretcher. One of them was operating a plasma tube. The other was checking the pulse. A group of men, some in uniform, were watching closely. The tall, thin one seemed to be in charge of things. Roebuck?
Yeah.
Johnny Dollar, Mideastern Indemnity.
Oh, that didn't take you long. This, Sergeant Younger, Sergeant Toohey. This is Mr. Dollar from the insurance company.
Hi, man. What's this?
Oh, this man was a special patrolman working the area. He must have walked right into the middle of it and got himself shot. They've been giving him transfusions ever since they found him.
Uh-huh. Said anything yet?
He hasn't been conscious. Doc, how about it?
We can't do any more here, Lieutenant. We'll have to risk a trip to the hospital and try to operate. Okay, boys, load up.
Doc, this is Mr. Dollar, insurance company.
How are you, Doctor?
Okay.
Doc, we're going to want to talk to him the minute he comes around.
I'm not going to promise you anything, Lieutenant. Well, see ya.
All right. Yeah, Mr. Dollar, you didn't waste much time.
I brought a contents list that might help you, Lieutenant.
Good. The best help we're going to get is from that patrolman. Come on, I'll show you around. That's just where they got in.
Jimmy, huh?
Yeah, most likely. There's marks there on the door jamb. As near as we can tell right now, they only took important stuff. Easy to move.
Easy to break down and unload, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you can see where they snipped the alarms, grounded the wires.
Mm-hmm. Showcases aren't touched.
No, they went straight for the safe, Dollar. Well, we really got something on our hands, huh? You don't just break into a store and open one of these things very easy.
Someone did. The neighborhood was canvassed for possible witnesses. I spent the rest of the morning with Dorian Templeton, the owner of the company. By noon, we had taken an inventory of the missing stock and drawn up a tentative list.
As far as I know, that about does it, Mr. Dollar. So what's the next step?
I'll check this against the merchandise received reports, Mr. Templeton. It'll take a while. As soon as I have that finished, you can check it over again and file a formal claim.
And then?
The company will reimburse you in cash.
Well, what are the chances for recovery in a case like this?
Well, I could quote the actuaries, Mr. Templeton, but I won't.
Why not?
Whoever broke in here last night knew what they were about. They opened your vault the way you'd open your front door. They took what they wanted and got out very quickly. No alarm, no witnesses. The chances are they planned the rest of it just as well. They probably scattered. The police aren't sure how many men were involved. They know it was at least 2 men, possibly 3.
How do they arrive at that?
1 man working on the safe, another man looking out, possibly 2. The point is, the more men who are involved, the harder it'll be for them to take the jewelry, break it down, sell it, and stay out of sight.
They're going to get away with it?
I didn't say that.
Well, nothing seems to have gone wrong with their plans so far.
One thing went wrong. That special patrolman surprised them. True, he didn't have time to draw his gun or sound the alarm, but they had to shoot him. And if something hadn't gone wrong, they'd have been satisfied to knock him on the head.
Yes. Well, what happens now?
Well, that's up to the police. I can tell you their investigation will take some time. Burglary is the toughest kind of thing to work on.
Why?
No witnesses.
I never thought of that.
Dollar, you all cleaned up?
Well, we got a tentative list. As soon as I check it, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Mr. Templeton, I'd like to have you come with me now.
Now?
Yes, we'll want your statement, sir, and there's quite a bit of work to do with the employees.
All right.
Dollar, as soon as you get the list up, give me a ring, will you?
Yeah, okay. Any news about the policeman?
Yeah? It's a murder case now.
Expense account item 3, $25, stenographic fees. The public stenographer at the hotel helped me make a comprehensive list of the stolen items, which was verified by Templeton. The amount of loss was set at $100,000. By late afternoon, clerks, stenographers, accountants, designers, salespeople, stonecutters, all in Templeton's employ had made statements to Lieutenant Roebuck. The statements were in the process of being checked. A general roundup of known safecrackers and burglary suspects had begun. Expense account item 4, $3.75 dinner. Lieutenant Roebuck and myself.
Well, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah. Any luck on the employees?
Oh, it's hard to say yet. One of them has a record.
Hmm?
Yeah, a fellow named Tabor, one of the janitors there. He's a 2-time loser. I had him tucked away in a cell until we clear some of this other stuff away.
Has he said anything?
Oh, he denies all knowledge. As far as time incident goes, he was home sleeping when all this happened, but that doesn't rule him out of somehow getting that safe combination and passing it on to a friend.
Yeah.
Man with a record's apt to have that kind of friends who'd be interested in just that kind of thing.
Hey, how much do you want me around?
You're a free agent, Dollar. If you have any ideas, I'll listen. It's a tough baby, any way you look at it.
Let me talk to Tabor. There might be a shortcut.
Why not?
Well,
John Tabor?
that's right. Who are you?
Johnny Dollar. I'd like to talk to you a minute.
Okay, talk.
You might be in a lot of trouble, Tabor. That'd be too bad. They tell me you're a 2-time loser.
If you don't believe what they tell you, you just go look it up for yourself. It's right down there in the books.
How did you get that job at Templeton's?
I asked for it.
They know about your record?
No.
You keep it from them?
I didn't broadcast it, would you?
No.
Okay, what other dumb questions have you got?
Do you have any ideas about this?
I've got a lot of ideas.
Do you know anything about it?
No.
Need anything?
What?
Cigarettes, anything?
I'm all set.
Okay. My company faces a big loss in this case. We'd like to avoid that loss. There's a standard offer I'm authorized to make in some instances. I'm going to make it to you. If you have any knowledge of this crime and can furnish any information that will lead to the arrest of the persons involved and recovery of the merchandise, my company will guarantee you the best possible legal assistance in the event that information should incriminate you.
That's pretty generous.
Well, I have to say it to you. You can use your own judgment. Hey, guard. It's a pretty good offer when you think about it, Tabor. You have a record. The police can't pass you up without a lot of scrutiny. You know that.
That record makes me a real hot one. I swiped a couple of cars, and now they think I might have opened that vault.
No, they don't think that. But they have to find out if you might have contact with somebody who did open it.
I don't know anything about it.
In that case, you'll be released.
Oh, sure. Sure, I'll be released when every cop in town had a go at me twice. I'll be released when the guys who did the job walk into the station and say we didn't mean it, we want to give it back. They've always got to have somebody to throw to the newspapers.
Maybe.
You know it and I know it. Nothing better than to throw some old ex-con in a can and hold him for questioning.
Well, Dolly, you go for it?
No.
Any more ideas?
Turn him loose, Lieutenant. See whom he talks to and whom he meets. John Tabor was released without bail, and a 24-hour watch was put on his residence. By 10 o'clock the next morning, the police had located 3 witnesses to the shots that had killed the special patrolman. However, none of them had seen the burglars or the car that was used. The district attorney's office issued an order impounding the financial records of Templeton House. A complete audit revealed that its affairs were in excellent shape. It also revealed that Templeton himself was the only man in the jewelry firm who had the combination to the vaults. His statements emphatically denied giving the combination to anyone. As far as the police were able to determine, he was telling the truth. The search for all known safecrackers extended into New York and Philadelphia and Chicago. On the morning of the 3rd day, a claims adjuster arrived from Hartford with a check for $100,000, full payment on the claim. 2 hours later, we had the first break on the case.
Hey! Caller, hey!
What? Oh, hello, Lieutenant.
Come on, get in.
What's up?
Well, the Harbor Division found a body down by the docks early this morning, all weighted down with 38 slugs. They were fired from the same gun that killed that special patrolman.
They match, huh?
Like the dimples on your knee.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in just a moment.
It is a rare event when a young man decides to leave civilization behind and hide himself away in the steaming jungle, just so he can help his fellow humans in a remote corner of the world. The late Dr. Tom Dooley did just that when he left the United States to help the sick and starving jungle people in the little kingdom of Laos in Southeast Asia. Dr. Dooley's story is well known to nearly everyone. And all over the world, people talk of his little jungle hospital on stilts. That's where he treated the dread diseases of the jungle and trained native medical technicians so that they might help their own people. Dr. Dooley wrote and lectured to many people so that the work of his medical assistance program, Medico, might go on. It was not easy for someone so young and so talented to give up the bright lights of the city and plant himself down in an unknown jungle just for the purpose of helping unfortunate people he didn't even know. But through Medico, Dr. Tom Dooley wanted to help people. He wanted to help people to help themselves. Today, the work of Medico is going forward in a number of countries besides Laos. Young men are being sent to the United States to be schooled in medicine with the idea of returning to their own countries to help their own people. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of medical supplies have been donated by American businessmen and pharmaceutical companies. Today, Dr. Tom Dooley's work is being continued for him. It is helping to create better understanding. It is an injection of the spirit of freedom, the right of all men everywhere.
Now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Templeton Matter.
I spent the rest of the day with Lieutenant Roebuck at the morgue. The body that had been found in the harbor was a man about 35 to 40 years old, slim build, dark hair. The labels had been cut out of his clothes and the laundry marks torn off. His fingerprints didn't check with anything in the local files. Roebuck put them on the wire to Washington and requested an urgent identification. Johnny Dollar.
Blood Barlow, Johnny. What's this in the paper?
Well, the special patrolman and the unidentified man were killed by the same gun. As soon as we get an identification, we can go to work.
Well, how about that ex-con that turned up working at Templeton's?
Tabor? Well, they're still watching him. He might have been the case man. So far, it's just an idea.
I'd like a recovery on this one, Johnny.
So would I.
What do you think is possible?
Well, 2 days ago, I would have said no. Today, things look better. For one thing, none of the merchandise has shown up on the market. For another thing, there has to be some kind of connection with this unidentified man.
I just read your report on Templeton himself. He's out of the question as a suspect?
So far, yeah.
He's the only one who had the combination to the safe.
There's no apparent motive for him to rob himself.
But he's the only one
Don't
who
start
had...
yelling at me, Lud. I know what you're thinking. Find a motive. Well, give us time, boy. Give us time on everything. Lud?
Oh, I guess I hate to pay off big claims.
You may get it back. Keep your pants on. Expense account item 5, $50 deposit for rented car. That afternoon, I drove from Boston to Creeksdale, the home of the Grantland Safe Company, where I met a man who looked as formidable as the product he manufactured.
I am Grantland, sir.
I found him standing inside a shiny new vault, ready for shipment.
Beautiful thing, eh? On its way to South America tonight.
Well, I never thought of a safe exactly that way, Mr. Grantland.
Ah, beauty, strength. Think for a moment, sir, the treasures it will someday hold. But I bore you, sir, with my enthusiasm. Now then, you say you are here on a matter of vaults?
One vault, Mr. Grantland.
No.
The one your company sold and installed at the Templeton House in Boston 17 years ago.
Yes.
Have you read about the burglary?
No, sir, I have not. Templeton House.
Yes. The vault was opened.
Blasted?
Opened. Someone had a combination.
I'm bewildered, sir. Indeed I am. You'll want a thorough accounting from my organization, of course.
Well, that's up to the police, Mr. Grantland. Right now, for my own information, I wonder if you could tell me who might have the combination to that vault.
Well, in answer to your question, I would first have to inspect our records.
Well, I brought the serial numbers.
Oh, well, let me see. That's as good as... the K series. Mr. Keating set the final combination.
Mr. Keating?
Yes, my chief engineer for years.
And who else?
Myself, sir. I'd have a record of the combination in my own file.
And who are those available to?
Myself, sir. I keep them in my own vault.
I see. Anyone else?
No one here. The people in proper authority at Templeton's.
I'd like to meet Mr. Keating if I could.
Impossible, Mr. Dollar.
Why?
Mr. Keating has been dead these 6 years.
I drove back to Boston, phoned Roebuck, and told him about my interview with Grantland. He said he'd already started looking into Grantland's background and expected to have a report within 36 hours. I was a little surprised when Dorian Templeton called half an hour later and asked me to have lunch with him.
Would you like a drink?
No, not now, guys, no.
I didn't know whether to call you or the police, Mr. Dollar. I finally decided on you.
Uh-huh. What's the matter?
Well, it's one of those strange things. I'm not a particularly observant man, and I don't know why I observed this.
Go on.
Our last night, Mrs. Templeton and I went to a dinner dance at the country club. We thought with all this business, a little relaxation should do me some good.
Yeah, sure.
There was a young girl at the table next to ours, a very pretty girl whom I've never seen before. I happened to notice her handbag, jeweled affair, quite expensive. One of our items.
Yeah?
It didn't occur to me until we were leaving that it had been sample stock, not for sale.
What do you mean?
It was stolen, Mr. Dollar.
Why not the police, Mr. Templeton?
I was going to call them first thing this morning and report it. And then I got a package in the mail. It was the handbag, intact. Crazy?
You said it. Did you happen to get the name of the girl?
I asked the maitre d'. He said her name was Helen Tabor.
That's not so crazy. Expense account item 6, 10 cents, one phone call to Lieutenant Roebuck to see if John Tabor was still being watched. Roebuck said that 2 men were on duty watching his house at all time. I saw them when I drove up an hour later. They were parked across the street.
Yes?
Miss Tabor?
Yes, who are you?
Johnny Dollar, is your father in?
He's sleeping right now. May I help you?
I don't know. Didn't I see you at the country club last night?
Why, yes, were you there?
Couldn't keep my eyes off of you. Or your handbag.
Oh,
I'll talk to him, honey.
Dad, is anything wrong?
Nothing I can't handle. Go ahead, fix up a pot of coffee.
All right, Dad.
Nice girl, Tabor.
Yeah.
Templeton was at the country club last night. He saw her. You can talk to me or you can talk to the police.
I don't have to talk to anybody.
The way it looks is that you cased the job. You might even have killed a special patrolman. He was shot close range. Could have been someone he knew and trusted. You've got your share of things. That handbag was part of it. A little part of it.
The way it looks, huh?
And that's about it. Of course, I don't understand why you sent the handbag back, but then you've probably got a good story for that.
Oh, I've got a good story. Nobody will believe it, but I've got a good one. It starts off by me saying I didn't help in that heist. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't case the place for anybody. I didn't even know it was coming off.
Let's get to the handbag, huh?
I took that 2 days ago. I borrowed it. I've been borrowing stuff right along whenever my kid needed anything. They always come back in good shape. I told her they let me do it. She don't know anything.
Borrowed, huh? That's kind of a strange philosophy.
I don't even know how to spell the word. I do know my kid's got a life ahead of her. I got to give her every chance to look good, act good, use her brains, meet the right people. Not just because the right people have money, but because they know more right people. It takes a little extra to let her do things like that.
You let her use the handbag because she had a date to go to a dance.
You guys are all the same. I didn't expect you to believe it.
Oh, relax. Maybe I do believe you.
What?
It sounds nutty enough to be the truth.
It is the truth.
All right.
You taking me in?
I'm going to tell Roebuck about this. He'll probably want to talk to you. He can check it better than I can. No, I haven't any authority to take you in. I wouldn't take you in anyhow. I'm interested in guys who walk into vaults. See you around.
Hey, wait a minute.
What?
I never thought I'd see the day when I try to help a cop or anybody like a cop. Maybe this is the day. I saw the paper last night.
Oh?
The picture of that guy they found floating in the harbor. They tagged him yet?
He's a John Doe until we hear from Washington.
His name's Kiley. Billy Kiley.
How do you know?
I used to know him a long time ago.
Billy Kiley.
Yeah, from Philadelphia.
Thanks. A check with the Philadelphia police and a comparison of fingerprints identified the man as William H. Kiley. His Boston address was on Parker Street. I drove out there with Lieutenant Roebuck. It was an ordinary, undistinguished apartment house. No one answered at apartment 12A, so we let ourselves in. The room had nothing to offer in the way of evidence.
Well, did you find anything?
No.
Well, I'll have some men come out here and give it a good going over. Well, maybe the manager or the tenants will have something that'll help us. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Now, be careful, Dollar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tim?
Yeah. This is Tim.
Any trouble there?
A little.
Say that again.
A little.
I don't know who you are, but I know you're not Tim.
Well, it sounds like we're getting something. Here, let me have the phone. I'll see if I can trace it.
Don't bother. I know where we can find him.
What?
I'd recognize his voice anywhere. It was dark by the time we got to the Grantland Safe Company factory in Creeksdale. There was a single work light spreading a sickly yellow glow over the main floor loading platform. We were expected. It went off somewhere in the darkness of the building.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, let's try for that stair railing.
Right.
You see the flashes?
There.
All right. We'll have to try and make it.
Mr. Dollar.
I think you're alone. Answer him.
Yeah?
What are you doing here?
Looking for $100,000 worth of jewelry and the answer to a couple of murders. Funny?
You're very foolhardy, but you're courageous. A man of your perception could do well with a part of that money.
No, thanks. I'll take it all.
You will take nothing, sir.
Keep him talking. I'll try to get under the stairs.
Are you alone?
For a little while. But I've got people coming, though.
Oh, people, eh? Mr. Dollar?
Still alive and kicking, Mr. Grantland. You can't shoot around corners.
No. But then I don't have to shoot around the corner. Very good shooting, sir.
Grantland, I want a statement.
No statement. No statement.
He was dead before the ambulance arrived, and there was no statement. There was never a statement. As nearly as it could be pieced together, Grantland himself opened the vaults at Templeton House. William Kiley and possibly a man named Tim helped him. Kiley, of course, was killed for his efforts. Tim never appeared, was never identified. My hotel bill ran up to $168. That's item 7. Item 8, $35, car rental. I got $50 deposit back. Item 9, $32.50, airfare and incidentals back to Hartford. Expense account total, $413.28. Remarks? Put that against $100,000 the insurance company didn't have to pay off. Johnny Dollar.
This is Barlow. I just talked to Roebuck in Boston. There's not one scrap of that jewelry anywhere in that whole safe factory. Not one piece.
I know.
What?
Just about now, there's a safe at the port of New York being shipped to South America. It's a Grantland safe. And if you hurry over there, you can... Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Ralph Single, Johnny. At Mono
Mano Guarantee Insurance Company.
Oh, hi, Rip. How's Hollywood's most eligible bachelor?
Listen, do you know who Hildegard Ransom is?
Are you kidding? That gal's coming out party hit the society column of every newspaper in the country.
Yeah, I know. So, how'd you like to have a date with her?
Hey, wait a minute. Weren't you dating the luscious Hildy Ransom a while back?
Yeah, I was, but I threw her over.
Oh, Rip, you just don't appreciate the finer things of life.
Oh, no? Well, if you had to put up with some of her wild ideas or crazy antics...
So what? What difference does it make? All that beauty, all that money?
Look, I asked you. You want a date with her? At company expense.
Well, why not?
Then grab the first plane you can and fly on out here.
Okay, I'm on my... what's the catch, Rip?
I'll, meet you at the Los Angeles International Airport.
Yeah, fine, but suppose you give me some
Bye.
idea...
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Mono Guarantee Insurance Company, Los Angeles office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Delectable Damsel Matter. Expense account item 1, $107 even, Hartford to New York, and a DC 7 mainliner to Los Angeles. Single is a good name for Rip. He has a knack for meeting wealthy, important people, particularly women. Yeah, they practically swoon under his spell, and he sells them insurance. I'm not sure I approve his love 'em and leave 'em tactics, but it's no wonder he knew Hildy Ransom, heiress to a couple of $1 million.
Hi, Johnny.
But he hadn't told me why he wanted me to meet her, and I was sure it wasn't just for a date.
Daydreaming, Johnny?
Huh?
Hey, your baggage is right here on the rack. Come on. I'll help you put in the car and we'll take off.
Oh, hi, Rip. Sure, where's the car?
Over here in the parking lot. Hey, what were you dreaming about there at the luggage pickup?
Oh, Hildegard Ransom, who else? And I take it your little romance with her, the one that hit the headlines a while back, is all over, huh?
Oh, sure. But I got her insurance business. All of it. And, Johnny, if I had to, I could live off the premiums of that one account alone.
And it must be pretty big. Because if I remember the way you live, fancy clothes, fancy apartment.
Well, you can't take it with you, boy. Besides, it's all good for my business. Here we are. Hey, you like this little old truck?
The little old truck was a brand new Eldorado Biarritz. Special paint job, gold fittings instead of chrome. Every accessory you can think of, including a bar in the back seat. Yeah, Playboy, party boy, Rip Single hadn't changed a bit.
And if you make contacts, make them right where the money is, and if it's a pretty girl that has the money and you can charm her into your arms, baby, you made a sale.
Okay. Now tell me, Rip.
Johnny, did you ever hear of the Cape Star?
What's that?
Well, it's an emerald. As big as a robin's egg in a 14-carat mounting loaded with diamonds and rubies. A brooch. Value? Nearly 300,000 clams.
This Hildegard Ransom owns it?
Uh-huh. Or did.
How'd she lose it?
Well, all I know is that she called me and she said it was missing and that she wants me to go out and have a look.
Out where?
Well, I don't want that wacky dame to get her hands on me again. Now, you heard of some of her crazy escapades. Like the time she flooded half of the Bel Air estates.
The what?
Well, she didn't like the looks of a fire plug on her 5 acres up there, so she had the gardener plant some dynamite under it.
Oh, brother.
Well, I gotta do something for laughs, she said.
Oh, the old story of the idle rich with too much time on her hands, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, that kind of stuff can lead to trouble sometimes. Where is she, Rip? Bel Air, did you say?
Well, when she's home, which isn't often. Right now, I think it...
What the Sam Hill?
Oh, sure. All the comforts of home. Here now. Hello?
Hurry, Jess 1121.
That's right, operator.
One moment, please. I have a call for you.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, brother, when I get rich enough to put a mobile phone in my car.
Oh, it doesn't cost much. As a matter of fact...
Rip Single, are you coming out here to see me or aren't you?
Oh, well, now, Hildy...
It's the 5th time I've called. And, Rip, if you don't do something about my loss of the Cape Star, Have you called the police?
Well, sure, of course.
I might have known you would. So they'll tell the papers. More publicity for you in that lousy insurance business.
But, Hildy, I always notify the police
Well,
when
you know what that means. It means reporters, photographers, cops, half the town falling all over themselves when I get in.
Look, Hildy,
So if you or somebody else, and I don't mean the cops, if you don't get out and try...
Darling,
You know what, I'll cancel every policy I have with you. My own, the houses, the cars, this old tub, everything.
Here, will you take this, Johnny?
Yeah, sure. Hello?
Hello, didn't you hear what I said?
Look, miss,
What? Who's that?
Johnny Dollar.
Johnny. So he got you. Well, now we'll have some action. Because you'll come out here right away, won't you? Hmm?
Well, that
But
depends.
I don't know what to do. The Cape Star Emerald gone, and Rip's so busy he can't leave his office. Johnny, you have to come, please.
Well, look.
Oh, I knew you would, honey, and I'll be waiting for you. Rip can tell you how to get here. Bye.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled, Johnny. She really is that charming when she wants to be.
Okay, Rip, take me to her.
Not quite.
Huh?
That old tub she mentioned is her 165-foot diesel yacht.
What?
And near as I can guess is about 70 miles offshore.
What, do you expect me to walk?
Oh, she also has a cruiser, a 58-footer parked down at Balboa. You can go in that.
Then you'd better swing around, brother. We're driving north.
Oh, there's a private airport up here off Sepulveda Boulevard where I keep my plane.
Your own plane?
Sure.
Holy smoke.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
And now for another episode in the life of Sergeant Donald Bellwether, my husband.
Reba? Reba, where are you?
In the kitchen, dear. I'm coming. Donald, what are you doing home so early? Are you sick?
No, I'm not sick. I came home early to get some work done, but you're going to have to help me.
Help you with what?
Well, you got me into this. You're going to have to help me get out.
Donald, you're not making sense. What did I get you into?
Well, it all started this morning. I walked into the lieutenant's office, and I started bragging about how well my wife delivered her speech on safety at the PTA meeting.
Aw, that was sweet of you.
Yeah, sweet, but the lieutenant was quite impressed. In fact, he was so impressed he assigned me to give a talk on safety tomorrow at the enlisted men's meeting.
Well, good for you, Sergeant. You can do it.
Well, gee, I don't know, Reba. What'll I say?
Well, just say that, wait a minute.
Hmm?
Here's some notes on traffic accidents. Just read these aloud.
Oh,
come on. Come on, just try them for size.
Well, okay. Men, what if a disaster wiped out every man, woman, and child in Springfield, Illinois? We'd be shocked, wouldn't we? So would the entire world. Yet, a total of 95,000 accidental deaths occurred 2 years ago in the United States. That's about 10,000 more than the population of Springfield, the capital of Illinois.
Attaboy, you're doing fine. Now, go on.
And don't think the men in uniform are exempt from accidents. In one branch of the service alone, 600 were killed and 5,000 injured in a 12-month period. On many, many days during the Korean conflict, more servicemen lost their lives on the highway than on the battlefield. Hey, wait a minute, Reba. These aren't notes. This is a full speech, all typed and ready.
That's right, dear. I wrote it for you this morning.
You? Well, how did you know?
Well, your lieutenant and his wife were at the PTA meeting, dear.
Put up job. I see it all now. I only hope I can do this fine speech justice.
Oh, you will, darling.
Well, I'll try.
Oh, that's my Donald. That's my doll.
And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Delectable Damsel Matter.
During the ride from Los Angeles to Balboa in Rip Single's private plane, he admitted to me that he hadn't made all his money in the insurance business. Seems a rich uncle had conveniently died some years before. Lucky stiff. Rip, I mean.
Look, all I know, Johnny, is that Hildy took the Cape Star Emerald along with her on this yachting trip, and now it's gone.
Yeah, how much of a trip?
Oh, Lord knows where she's been. She said she might end up in China, the Philippines, most anywhere. You see, she has the money, she has the time, and she's done everything under the sun that normal people do, so now she keeps looking for the unusual. Anything for a thrill.
Yeah, well, when did she discover the stone was missing?
She radioed to me today.
From out on the high seas?
Yeah. She said she was certain she had it the day before because she'd worn it. And then when she went to look for it, it was gone.
Some member of the crew, do you suppose?
No, I don't know. Maybe she dropped it overboard.
You mean purposely? To collect the insurance?
Who knows?
Oh, but if she has so much money...
Well, who knows? Maybe she hasn't lost it at all. She just wants company. Oh, look, there's Newport and Balboa down below. I'll circle Hildy's little summer house before we land.
Hildy Ransom's little summer house turned out to be a mansion right on the waterfront. And tied up to the long dock was not only the cruiser, but a snappy little speedboat, a small sailboat, and a couple of outboards. All very nice. Not so the skipper of the cruiser.
No, my orders the last time I spoke to the Hilda Moral were to take you out to her, Mr. Single, nobody else.
Look, we just talked to Miss Ransom by radio, and she wants you to take Mr. Dollar out there.
And I tell you, my last orders
Well, forget your last orders.
Hey,
I
look,
said those were my
Hey,
orders.
wait a minute, please. Skipper, have you got a radio on this cruiser?
Of course.
All right, then. Make contact with the Hilda Mora. Find out for yourself.
Okay, I'll do it.
At the same time, you can get her position, okay?
We'll see.
Well, give dear Hildy my love, or whatever else you can think of. Anything that'll keep her from switching her insurance to somebody else.
You are a louse, aren't you?
You don't like me, do you?
No. Were you ever really serious with her, Rip?
Yeah, sure, but I'm just not the marrying kind. So, Johnny, the field is clear for you.
Huh?
And if you want to latch on to a few $1,000,000, she's really mighty sweet, attractive gal. Well, let me know how you make out, Johnny. Oh, and please, find that emerald.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Yeah?
We're ready to sail whenever the gentleman's ready.
Okay, Skipper, let's go. The cruiser turned out to be a dilly, a luxury from stem to stern. And the trip out to the Hilda Mora took much longer than I'd expected. In spite of the powerful engines that sent us through the water at over 18 knots, it was well after dawn the next morning when we hove to alongside the Hilda Mora. And that 165-foot diesel yacht made the cruiser look like a broken-down rowboat. As for Hildy Ransom, 5'6" or 7", she was blonde and she was beautiful, with quick blue eyes that had fun and laughter sparkling in them, and a figure.
Well, come on, Johnny, come aboard. And Marty, you keep the cruiser around in case Mr. Dollar wants to go ashore again.
Hi, sir, Miss Pat.
Hi, Johnny. Welcome aboard the old tub.
You call this floating palace a tub?
Well, after the holes that got shot into it, it's a wonder we're still afloat.
You've been shot at?
Off Formosa, on the China coast. We had a ball. For a while, I thought some of the red aircraft were going to strafe us one night.
Holy.
But it got too dark for them, and the captain, the old fuddy-duddy, turned off all our running lights, and we headed out to sea again.
What under the sun were you doing off the China coast, Miss Ransom?
No, it's Hildy. Oh, just finding out what goes on in the world. You know what I really wanted to do?
What?
Pay a visit to Joe and Lai.
The Red General?
Why not? But they wouldn't let us ashore long enough without a lot of fuss and bother, so... Now, let's go into my quarters and talk about the Cape Star.
Yeah, okay.
I could kill that Rip Single for not coming out here, but I'm so glad you could. You're even better looking than I'd heard.
Huh?
Are you as much of a wolf as Rip says you are?
Oh, well, now, wait a minute.
Okay. I'll find out for myself. It might be fun finding out. Johnny?
For a minute, I began to wonder. Maybe Rip wasn't the only one in this affair who turned on the charm to further his own ends. Hildy Ransom, let's face it, was a wealthy ne'er-do-well who'd do anything for a thrill. Couple her with a character like Rip Single. Yeah, I wondered. But then, walking along the deck with her, I saw something that suddenly changed my mind. One of the crew who ducked into a doorway when he spotted me. Who, I wasn't sure. But I had a sudden mental image of his eyes, somewhere in the past, looking at me over the sights of a gun.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Do you know who said, "That man is free who is protected from injury"? Those words came from Daniel Webster, one of the most eloquent orators in American history. Webster knew that a man could not be free unless he lived in a country which recognized his right to freedom and created laws to protect that freedom. A slave state may say that its citizens are free, but as long as a single citizen can be harmed by the whim of a country's rulers, true freedom does not exist. A man is free only if his rights to freedom are protected. Remember the words of Daniel Webster. They are part of your American heritage. The free man must be protected from injury.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Delectable Damsel Matter.
I could have waited till we got in to report the loss of the emerald, but sit down, Johnny, and I'll have some drinks brought in.
Okay, thanks. Now listen.
Because of where we've been on this trip, we'll have to go through customs, and there'll be the police and the reporters and so on. And whoever took the Cape Star might have a chance to...
What's the matter?
That drawer where I kept it. I'm sure I left that closed after I'd hunted for it, and... Excuse me. Johnny.
Yeah?
Look. Look, it's here. The Cape Star, it's back.
You're sure?
Yes, of course. Here, look at it.
And you're sure it wasn't there before?
Of course I am. I turned this cabin upside down.
Hildy, this isn't some kind of a gag, is it?
What?
I mean, you're having me come all the way out here to find something that wasn't lost after all?
Johnny! Oh, Johnny, how can you say such a thing? Of course not. But now that you are here, and the star is safe and sound, I think we'll have fun together,
Hildy.
I've got so tired of the other guests I have on board. That stuffy old Professor Randolph and his boring wife, and Charlie Burton, and that girl he's always fawning over.
The Cape Star was actually missing?
I swear it, Johnny.
All right, then. I still have a job to do. I want to meet these guests of yours. Also, I want to talk to the crew.
Of course, Johnny. But later, I'll have some drinks brought in, and we can plan ourselves a ball between now and when we put into port. Oh, yes?
Miss Ransom.
Yes, Captain.
One of the men, one of the crew, name's McCarty.
Yes?
It looked like appendicitis, ma'am, and I took the liberty of sending him ashore in the cruiser. It'll get there long before we can.
Well, of course, Captain. You've done exactly right.
Wait a minute. I'm not so sure of that.
Why, Johnny?
McCarty, huh? Short, dark, with a scar on his chin?
Yes, sir. They've already left.
What?
Yes, sir.
10 to 1 that McCarty is the man I want.
Johnny.
Hildy, we gotta stop. A radio call to the cruiser brought no response, and I had a sneaking suspicion the skipper of it had a gun in his back, a gun held by the supposedly sick McCarty. And the yacht, despite her size and power, could never catch up with that cruiser in 1,000 years.
If you're right, Mr. Dollar, we'll radio to the Coast Guard to intercept it.
But I couldn't be sure that I was right. And then I noticed the speedboat slung between davits on the yacht's afterdeck.
Of course, Johnny. And I'll go after them with you.
Oh, no, you won't.
Just for kicks, huh? Please?
No. Then 6, 8, 10 minutes later, however long it took to get the speedboat overside, the first mate and I were tearing across the ocean in pursuit of the cruiser.
That cruiser will do an even 20 knots if he opens her wide, Mr. Dollar. But she's no match for this, baby.
And pour it on. Come on, you see him yet?
Sure do, dead ahead.
Yeah, I see him too.
Well, where's the skipper? McCarty's up on the bridge alone.
Hey, look out, that puff of smoke. He's shooting at us.
Then hang on, I'm going to swerve around. But he'd never hit us at this range anyhow.
Stay down low. He might get lucky.
You got a gun to answer him?
No.
Well, there's a Berry pistol. Use it for shooting up distress flares.
Where is it?
This cabinet under the dash. You see it?
Yeah, right. It's no match for a 38, but if you can swerve us in close enough, keep swerving.
Right. Hey, look. He's having to reload.
Then get us in there fast.
Here we go. Well, let him have it. Let him have it.
Yeah.
Hey, you got him. You got him.
Come on, give me another load.
Here, Dollar, right here.
Watch him, huh? He's changing course.
Hey, you're right.
Look out, he's turning into it. trying to piece things together after the yacht, the Hildemora picked us up. By sheer luck, my shot with a flare gun had struck McCarty full on. He was badly burned. And after the smash-up, the mate had pulled me out of the drink. By then, the yacht caught up with us.
And do you know what he was doing, Johnny? That man who called himself McCarty?
Oh, hi, Hildy.
Smuggling. Narcotics that he picked up in China.
Yeah?
He knew he'd never get through customs when we came to port, so he stole the Cape Star. Just long enough to make sure the cruiser would come out to us. He knew I'd sent for somebody.
Oh, yeah, I get it. Then he played sick to go back on the cruiser. That way he'd avoid customs and the police.
Yes, honey.
Where is he now?
Below, locked up. And after the way you hit him with that flare. Well, now he is sick. Darn it.
Darn it.
We didn't have to get him into a doctor. Gee, Johnny, you and I could cruise around and... Well, it will be 2 or 3 days before we get to port.
Three days. And what a 3 days. But, oh well. Expense account total, including transportation back to Hartford, $230 even. Remarks? It's funny, isn't it? You never know what you're going to get into when you take on even the most routine kind of case. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone, who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Chet Stratton, Barney Phillips, Jack Moyles, and Frank Gersto. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
Johnny Dollar has come to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Johnny Dollar.
Pat McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Oh, hi, Pat. What's on your mind?
At the moment, you.
Huh?
Johnny, you've been working too hard.
Oh, this I've been convinced of for years, Pat, but I've never been able to convince anybody else, especially you.
Okay, I'm convinced. What you need is a nice vacation, all expenses paid.
Whoa.
Southern California's very nice this time of
I
year.
just came back from there.
The beaches, the swimming, sun, golf,
Look,
nightlife.
Pat, thanks a lot, but no thanks.
Well, now, Johnny.
The last time you invited me to take one of your vacations, I got hit over the head, almost run down by a truck, and kicked around by a guy 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but this one's different, Johnny. It's a real simple job.
Oh, they all are, according to you.
All I want you to do is pick up something out on the coast and bring it back here. That's all.
Yeah, what?
$100,000.
Oh. Oh. I'll be right over.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Johnson payroll matter. Expense account item 1, $1.25 cab fare from my apartment to the office of Universal Adjustment Bureau and Pat McCracken.
Well, $100,000 made you prick up your ears, Johnny. Sit down.
Okay, Pat. What's the deal?
You hear about the Johnson payroll robbery last week down in New York?
I read about it, but there weren't too many details.
They got $100,000, and the payroll was insured by one of the companies we represent.
How many in on the robbery, do you know?
Oh, we're not sure. There were several. One of them was fatally wounded.
Was he able to talk before he died?
Yeah, just enough to tell us the plan was to split up after the robbery, meet in another city to divvy up the loot.
Uh-huh. And you think it's out in California now?
We also think one of the crooks may be trying to double-cross the others.
Hiding out from them, maybe?
That's the general idea. We got a call from Los Angeles this morning. Fellow wouldn't give his name, but he claimed he could give us a lead on the one who has the dough. For a price, of course.
Oh.
So you're to meet him in L.A. and find out what he knows, if anything.
What do you figure his angle is, Pat?
Oh, maybe several, Johnny, but I don't care. What I do care about is getting the money back.
All right. How do I contact this man in Los Angeles?
You don't. He'll contact you at your hotel, the Nestor.
The Nestor. Okay, Pat. I'm on my way.
Oh, just one thing, Johnny.
Yeah?
Maybe it's occurred to you, maybe it hasn't. There will be others looking for that money, too.
The other guys involved in the robbery?
Yeah. Of course, if you can get there first.
I'll try. Oh, and don't bother telling me to be sure to get back here in one piece.
Hmm?
That I'll really try to do. Expense account item 2, $187 even, air transportation and incidentals to Los Angeles. I've been told to stay at the Hotel Nestor, so I took a cab. That's item 3, $5.50 from the airport. It was just getting dark as my cab pulled up in front of the place. Before I could get out, somebody got in.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know this cab was occupied.
Well, that's okay. Welcome aboard.
Here, I'll get out. Oh!
It's okay. I've got you.
Sorry, I lost my balance. Must have got my heel.
You may be sorry, but I'm not. I can't think of a better way to arrive in a strange city than with a beautiful girl in your arms.
If you'll let go of me.
Oh, yeah, well, if you insist.
Oh, thanks. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. You can have this cab as soon as I get my stuff out.
Oh, that's all right. I'm in a hurry. I'll get another one. Goodbye.
Oh, wait a second. I mean, after all... Oh, well. Yeah, that's the story of my life. The best ones always seem to get away. I went into the hotel lobby to register, but found a message waiting for me from the informant who'd phoned to Pat. I was to drive to the little town of Corrado Beach down the coast and meet a man there first thing in the morning. There was a map showing me the way to a small pier where the meeting was to take place. Looked like Los Angeles had suddenly got too hot for him. Expense account item 4, $50 to rent a car. I left word where I'd be, drove to Corrado Beach, and checked in at a motel. Then early next morning, I went out to the little pier. It was a ramshackle affair with a couple of beat-up boats tied to it and an old character fumbling with the door of a little bait shack. I went over to him. Hi.
Morning.
Having trouble?
Yeah, some kid's been monkeying with this lot. You want some bait?
No. This is one trip I didn't come to fish. How is it, by the way?
Fishing?
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, just my luck. No, I'm supposed to meet somebody here.
Oh? Must be that fellow out there. He was already there when I got here.
Oh, where?
Oh, you see that boat, bottom side up on the pier near the end?
You mean the man sitting beside it?
Yeah. Got himself a fishing rod, looks like. Could be he wants some bait. I'll walk out with you and see if you don't mind.
Oh, not at all. So the fishing's been good, huh? What have they been catching?
Oh, quite a few bass last couple of days.
Off the pier?
Yeah. There's some kelp beds in close. Brings men around here. Funny. Your friend there, you don't seem...
Hey.
Asleep, I guess.
Hey, watch out. He's slipping. Grab him. I got him. But...
Hey, mister. Mister, he isn't sleeping.
That's right. He's dead.
Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Georgia's state flag displays the state seal on a strip of blue. The seal symbolizes the fact that constitutional government rests equally on the three major branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial, and that all three must be guarded equally if a sound government is to be maintained. The greater portion of Georgia's flag is crimson. On it is superimposed the blue cross of St. Andrew, bearing 13 white stars for the original 13 colonies. This cross, made in the form of saltire, or X, was adopted from the national flag of Scotland. Georgia's state flag, the flag of the fourth state to enter the Union, was adopted in 1956.
And now, Act two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Johnson payroll matter.
I'd flown 3,000 miles to meet a man, only to find him dead at the end of a rickety little pier at Corrado Beach, a knife between his ribs. I searched him while the old fellow at the bait shack went to call the police, but I didn't find a thing on him to help me. No identification, even. Later, talking to the police, well, they didn't have any line on him either. My only lead on the payroll robbery was dead. I waited around the motel most of the day, hoping the police could turn up something on the dead man, but it was no soap. Item 5, $2 for drinks in the town's only bar while I tried to figure out my next move. And my next move was to the phone booth in the corner to call Pat McCracken back in Hartford. Collect.
Oh, tough luck, Johnny. But are you sure the dead man is our informant?
There was no identification on him, but he was right where he told me he'd be in the message he left for me in L.A.
Probably not much doubt about it, then. Oh, incidentally, I sent some mug shots out to you. Some men who
Yeah.
might have been involved in the Johnson payroll job. Sent them airmail special.
Yeah, I got him about an hour ago.
We're not sure if any of them are the ones or not, and we don't have any line at all on the leader of the gang. Well, what's your next move, Johnny?
Search me. Right now, I'm right in the middle of nowhere. I guess I... Hey, wait a minute.
What's the matter?
Maybe I'm not out of leads after all.
What do you mean?
Pat, I'll call you later. What pulled me off that phone in a hurry was a glimpse of somebody over near one end of the bar. I slid out of the booth and went over. Well, hi.
What?
Imagine meeting you here.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the girl who got into my cab in Los Angeles.
I'm afraid you're confusing me with somebody else. I'm sorry. I have to go.
No, just a minute. I'm beginning to think it wasn't just coincidence you got into my cab. Maybe we'd better have a little talk.
Please, let go of my arm. You've made a mistake, and there's nothing to talk about.
Is he annoying you, lady?
Now, look, bartender, I'm just trying
Yes,
to find...
he is annoying me.
Take your hands off her, buddy.
Now, look, Joe.
I mean it, and my name ain't Joe. I got you outweighed by about 40 pounds, buddy.
You don't understand.
Just let go of her and we'll talk it over.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, just what is it I don't understand, buddy?
Skip it, buddy. So she got away from me. I grabbed my top coat off a hook and stepped outside the bar. It was damp and foggy out there. I put on the coat and started looking around for her, but it was too late. She was just plain gone. Then, walking along with my hands in my coat pockets, I realized there was something in one. A key to a motel room, but not mine. funny. Then I remembered I'd had the coat beside me in the taxi when the girl climbed in back in Los Angeles. Yeah, she could have slipped it in the coat pocket then. But why? Well, that's what I wanted to find out. I looked up the motel. It was about a mile down the highway from mine, room 7. Yeah, the key fit all right. Then as I opened the door, I realized I had company right behind me.
Freeze, Dollar.
Huh? Who are you?
Never mind. Inside. Move.
Okay.
Get that blind down. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Your face looks familiar. Yeah, those mug shots McCracken sent me. You must be Slattery.
Right boy.
One of the guys they suspect of pulling the Johnson payroll job.
Too bright for your own good, Dollar.
You must be the one who killed the man out on the pier. The man who was going to tell me where the payroll dough is.
That's a nice stall, Dollar, but it won't work.
What do you mean, Slattery?
Blake killed him, and you know it.
Yeah? Who is Blake?
You want to play it coy, huh, Dollar? Okay, we'll do it your way. Blake's got the payroll dough, and you're working with him.
Just how do you figure that?
Blake's girlfriend climbed in your taxi in Los Angeles. I figure she slipped you the key to this room.
Hey, look, you got a few things all twisted.
Shut up and stand still. This gun has a habit of going off sometimes.
No kidding.
So where's the dough?
Take it or leave it, Slattery. I don't know.
Well, it better be in this room.
Yeah? And if it isn't?
You guess.
I don't think I need more than one. If it isn't here, I'm not leaving. That the idea?
Oh, you leave, all right. It's just that you won't be walking out of here.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Over 150 years ago, the Swiss poet Henri Amiel wrote, "Heroism is the brilliant triumph of the soul over fear. Heroism is the dazzling and glorious concentration of courage." During the Korean campaign, Corporal Ronald Rosser was attached to the heavy mortar company of the 38th Infantry, 2nd Division, United States Army. Rosser, a veteran of World War II, rejoined the Army and shipped to Korea when he heard that his brother had fallen in the winter assault of the Chinese Communists. One day, Rosser's company moved into enemy territory. At the time, the corporal was a forward observer and carried a radio. Suddenly, in the midst of an enemy attack, Rosser handed his radio to a buddy, slipped the safety off his carbine, and filled his shirt with hand grenades. He charged at the enemy through fierce mortar and artillery fire, shooting from the hip. Straddling a bunker, he riddled its occupants. Still advancing, he accounted for 2 more of the enemy, shooting one through the head and clubbing another to death. Continuing his one-man charge, he jumped into a trench full of enemy soldiers, opened fire, and forced his way relentlessly down the length of the trench, killing right and left with grenades and carbine fire. Out of ammunition, he returned to his company, where he replenished his supply. Then he charged the enemy again and again. Finally, he returned to his own area, and taking the radio back from his friend, he moved out with his company. Corporal Ronald Rosser was awarded the Medal of Honor for his action. Action which had shown the enemy that his personal code of conduct wouldn't let them push around either his kid brother or his country.
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Johnson Payroll Matter.
Now, look, Slattery, you've torn this motel room completely apart. Obviously, that payroll money isn't here.
That's right, Dollar. So now you're going to tell me where it is.
Oh, brother, you take a lot of convincing. I told you I don't know. So why don't you put that gun away and listen?
You're the one takes the convincing, Dollar, so I start convincing.
Oh, that's not going to do you any good.
No? Well, for sure it's not going to do you any good, so...
Now, wait a minute, look. Look, I'll give you the whole story.
And I'm supposed to believe it, huh?
Staring down that gun barrel, I'm not about to lie.
Let's have it.
All right. A guy called us from Los Angeles, said he could give us a lead on who had the dough from the Johnson payroll job.
It was Hollis. He was hoping you'd lead him to it.
Hollis?
Yeah, the guy you found out in the pier dead.
And you said a man named Blake killed him.
You know Blake killed him. You know Blake engineered the holdup and then ran out on Hollis and me.
Do I?
Sure, because you're in with him. I seen his girl get in your cab in Los Angeles.
Okay, so she got in my cab, but I didn't know her. I'd never seen her before.
She slipped you the key to this motel room, didn't she?
Yeah, now I think I know why. She was trying to sidetrack us. Lead us to think the dough was here so it would take the pressure off Blake and her.
That part of your story I don't buy, Dollar. I think you know where that dough is, and I want it.
Now, look. Talk! If you think I'm going to take any more of this.
This gun says that's exactly what you're going to do until you decide to talk.
I roll with this next one, and let my eyes droop and my knees sag. He reached out to steady me, and I gave him a left hook in the stomach that flattened him. By the time he got to his feet, I was out the door. I dove behind some bushes down the road, and I waited. He pounded right on past me, gun in hand. I waited until he was out of sight, then doubled back to my car. Apparently, Slattery didn't know Blake's girl was around here somewhere. One thing was sure. I had to find her, but fast. There were only 3 motels in town. The one I was staying at, the one where Slattery had been playing patty cake on my jaw, and a third off the highway near the beach. I drove to that one and checked the register. It showed a Myrna Grant in number 8. Hello, Myrna.
No, please, get out.
Oh, no, sorry. But we're going to have that talk right now.
I tell you, you've made a mistake about me.
Oh, come on. Drop the act, Myrna. I know you're Blake's girlfriend, that you slipped that motel key in my coat pocket in L.A. to get me off the trail of the Johnson payroll money.
The what?
I also know that Blake masterminded the robbery and double-crossed his buddy, held out on him.
Oh, I guess I knew it must be something like that.
What are you talking about?
Mr. Dollar, I haven't known Fred Blake very long. A month, maybe. I didn't know what he did for a living, and I didn't ask him. 2 days ago, he said he was in trouble and needed my help. He wanted me to slip that key into your coat pocket in the taxi in Los Angeles.
To take Slattery off his trail.
Then he told me to meet him here at the beach. When I saw you in the bar a while ago, I got panicky. I didn't know what to do. But that's all I know about it. Mr. Dollar, I didn't know Blake was a criminal. Honestly, I didn't.
Yeah? Now, will you help me find him?
Yes. I will, Mr. Dollar. If I can. The trouble is, right now, I don't know where he is any more than you do.
What'll it be, folks? Hey, wait a minute, buddy. Ain't you the one that was molesting this young lady an hour ago?
Oh, Tarzan, buddy, my molesting days are over.
Oh, it's all right, bartender. I'm sorry I caused you the trouble.
No trouble, ma'am. Just glad it turned out all right. Things happen fast here at the beach, I guess.
I don't suppose you've ever heard of a guy named Fred Blake, have you?
Well, not that I remember. You looking for him?
Yeah.
What's he look like?
Medium height, dark hair and brown eyes. Yeah. Regular features.
That description would fit half the guys that come in here.
Sure. Fisherman, salesman, vacation.
Only that kind don't come in here anymore.
Salesman?
No, fishermen.
I thought the fishing was good here.
Been no fishing around here for months.
Huh? A fella told me they were getting a lot of bass right off the pier.
He was pulling your leg, buddy. There's a chemical plant nearby. A lot of stuff got dumped into the water by accident a few months ago. The fish haven't been back since.
Wait a minute. Sure, right under my nose all the time.
What do you mean, Johnny?
Mine, I'll see you later. I got in my car and headed for the pier. As I turned off the highway, I could see a car a couple of 100 yards back following me with its lights off. But I couldn't stop now. I parked near the pier and headed for the bait shack. The windows were still boarded over, but I could see a crack of light between the boards. I eased over to the shack. Oh, no. I flattened against the wall as the door came open and Blake came out with a gun. I hacked it out of his hand.
What?
All right, hold it, Blake. Well, the fisherman's friend, huh?
Look.
You killed that guy on the end of the pier just before I showed up this morning. You didn't have time to leave, so you covered by making like you worked here. Then it occurred to you this was a pretty good hideout until Slattery got off your trail.
Look, maybe we can make a deal, Dollar.
Oh, we're going to. You turn the stolen money over to me, and I turn you over to the police.
Drop your gun, Dollar.
Huh?
Drop it.
Okay, Slattery.
Hello, Blake. Glad to see me?
Look, Slattery, I wasn't trying to cross you. I was going to get in touch with you when things quieted down.
Sure you were. Let's have the dough.
All right, it's in the shack.
Blake half turned, and I saw his hand slide into his coat, a second gun. He whipped it out, but Slattery had seen it too. He got Blake, but his eyes were off me for a lucky second. I checked Blake. He was still alive. Yeah, they'd both keep. For a long time. Item 6, $174 even, air transportation and incidentals back home. Expense account total, $526.50. Remarks? The payroll money is back where it belongs, and Slattery and Blake are back where they belong, with Blake facing a murder rap to boot. Funny, I probably wouldn't have nailed him if he hadn't told me that phony story about the fish biting near the pier. Teaches me a lesson, Pat. I'm not going to tell any more fish stories. They can kill you. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment.
Our flag now numbers 50 stars, and behind each star there stands yet another flag representing one of the 50 states. Ohio's state flag is the only pennant-shaped flag, or burgee, as it is correctly called. The Buckeye banner is the creation of an engineer who created a blue triangle for the hills and valleys, red and white stripes for the roads and waterways of the state. There are 13 stars for the original 13 colonies, and 4 extra stars to indicate that Ohio was the 17th state admitted to the Union. A white circle with a red center represents the initial letter of Ohio and suggests its nickname, the Buckeye State. Ohio's state flag, the flag of the 17th state to enter the Union, was adopted on May 9th, 1902.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a pair of common, ordinary glasses solve a case for us. The gruesome spectacle matter. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is produced and directed by Jack Johnstone. Today's story was written by Robert Stanley. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Lawrence Dobkin, Forrest Lewis, Shepard Menken, and Frank Gerstle. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Roy Rowan speaking.
This is the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Johnny Dollar.
This is Al Turner at New Britain Mutual.
Hi, Al. What goes with you these days?
Johnny, one of our important clients is very anxious to get in touch with you. Says that she's an old friend of yours.
Oh, who's that?
Her name is Mrs. Virginia Haskell.
Virginia Haskell?
That's right.
Sorry, Al, but I'm afraid I never heard of her.
Before she got married, about a year ago, her name was Van Doren.
Chinny Van Doren?
Yes.
Oh, well, now that's something else again. And I mean something.
Well, then you do know her.
One of the most delectable bits of feminine pulchritude I ever ran up against. Believe me, a young man's fancy didn't have to wait for spring to turn to thoughts of her.
Now, what's that mean?
Oh, Al, even I had serious ideas about that gal at one time.
Oh?
Yeah, right after college. Isn't every kid of that age intrigued by the idea of marrying into a fortune? And very beautiful. At least she was when I knew her.
Still is, Johnny.
So she's married to somebody by the name of Haskell, huh?
Gordon Haskell. They live on Birch Brook Road, down in Bronxville, New York.
Funny.
What?
Well, when I knew her, that blonde charmer didn't have eyes for anybody but Paul Snowden.
Who's Paul Snowden?
Childhood sweetheart, that sort of thing. Poor boy, making good on his own, you know the bit.
Ah, yes. Too proud to marry her because of her money.
But she swore that she'd never marry anybody else, that he was her one true love. But I guess she changed her mind. What did she want to see me about, Al?
She didn't say. She did make it clear, however, that it has to do with some of the family insurance.
Well, that's as good an excuse as any.
Well, then, do you want to run on down there?
For a longing look at the gorgeous Ginny Van Doren? But it'll cost you money, Al.
Listen, Johnny, with the premiums we get for all the insurance she carries, life, house, property, and so on, the sky's the limit.
Brother, have you stuck your neck out?
Well, now, that doesn't mean you have
Albert,
to...
I'll be in touch.
Bob Bailey in the intriguing adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the New Britain Mutual Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the wayward heiress matter. I decided it might be handy to have my own car along for this one, so expense account item 1, $4.25 for a tank full of gas. I picked up the freeway and headed south and west to fashionable Westchester County, New York. To me, Bronxville has always been one of New York's most charming suburbs. Only about 20 miles north of the big city, it's full of beautiful homes with lots of trees and expensive landscape properties. There's a lot of wealth in Bronxville. The Haskell home on Birchbrook Road was a huge English-type affair, built of stone and stucco, the kind of place that'll last 100 years. 18 or 20 rooms, I'd guess, and surrounded by well-kept lawns and flower gardens, oak and sycamore trees and neatly trimmed hedges. Yep, a big hunk of the Van Doren oil money must have gone into it, unless young Haskell was mighty rich. Virginia, looking every bit as beautiful as I'd remembered her from college back in the Midwest, greeted me like a long-lost, well, brother, darn it.
And, Johnny, I'm so glad you could come. I'm worried, sick.
Worried about what, Jenny?
Gordon, my husband.
Well, look, it's none of my business, but it kind of surprised me to learn you'd married somebody other than Paul Snowden.
It's Paul who has me worried, Johnny.
Oh?
Yes.
How?
Well, back in the old days in college, I wasn't interested in anybody in the world but Paul. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I remember. The rest of us couldn't get to first base with you.
I loved him, Johnny. And I hoped that as soon as he could get established in a business of some kind, he'd ask me to marry him.
Well, what stopped him, Jenny?
Money. When Father died and all the Van Doren money came to me, Paul suddenly changed. He stopped seeing me. He even avoided me. So then, well, I guess what I did was make a mistake.
What was that?
I went to see him at his little plant there in Chicago.
Chicago?
That's where we were living then. And, Johnny, the only reason he stayed there was to be close to me.
So you went to see him?
Yes. And I proposed to him.
Oh?
Also, well, this was the big mistake. I offered to finance the machine tool business that he was trying so hard to build up. But he didn't like that and told me so. I'm afraid there was quite a scene there.
You've just been looking down your nose at me all these years. It's been nothing but pity.
Paul!
Yeah, poor, timid little me. Needs help. Maybe needs mothering by somebody who pities him. By somebody who can afford to support him.
Paul, that isn't true.
Then why do you come offering help, offering money? I don't want pity. Somebody holding up my head for me. I've got to work this out alone. It may take me a long time, but I'm not going to... Oh, I'm sorry, Jenny, but don't you see I love you? I'll never love anybody else.
Then why don't you let me
Don't you understand? I'll never get anywhere on your charity. You're feeling sorry for me.
Paul, darling, please.
All right. All right, the less we see of each other now, the better. Maybe sometime, but... Well, no, not now. You find somebody else, Jenny. Somebody who can give you the things you need and want. Now,
Uh-huh. A little too much pride for his own good, I'd say.
It upset me terribly, Johnny. Especially when he told me to go out and find somebody else.
But I take it you did.
Then Gordon came along. Sort of caught me on the rebound, I guess. Tall, good looking. He fell in love with me the first time we ever met. I guess he kind of swept me off my feet.
But now that the honeymoon's over...
He's been wonderful to me. And I love Gordon, Johnny. I love him very much.
As much as Paul?
Not perhaps in the same way. But we're very happy together. And there's never been any strain or tension because of this difference in our fortunes.
Gordon isn't wealthy either?
Well, he hasn't what I have, of course.
But he manages to get along.
And I'm being a good wife to him.
Oh, I'm sure you are, Jenny.
And don't you see, if Paul, because of his jealousy, were to kill Gordon...
Jenny, you mean you honestly believe he might?
Yes. That's exactly what I mean. That's why I sent for you.
But good heavens, gal.
Oh, Johnny, you've got to stop him.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Wayward Heiress Matter.
All right, now, Jenny, listen to me.
It's true, Johnny. I'm sure of it. Paul Snowden has come here to kill my husband.
He's told you as much?
Haven't you been listening to me?
Well, of course I have.
Maybe my marriage to Gordon was on the rebound, on the spur of the moment. Call it anything you like, but it was Paul who turned me down.
At least for the time being.
I told you what he said.
And simply because of a misguided sense of pride, because you had money and he didn't.
Yes.
Well, how did Paul take it when he learned that you were going to marry Gordon, I mean?
He was terribly angry. He made all sorts of wild threats.
Well, now, that doesn't necessarily...
He said that he would kill anybody else who married me, and he will, Johnny.
Does he know Gordon?
He's never seen him.
But he wants to kill him? Oh, Jenny, that doesn't make any sense.
Don't you understand? It was to get away from Paul that Gordon and I came here to get married and settle down.
Well, because you were afraid you might still be in love with Paul.
It isn't a very nice thing to say, Johnny.
But it could be true, couldn't it? Is Gordon in business here in the East?
Well, I've helped him to start one, Johnny. A little importing business.
What did he do before? Jenny?
Well, his family had quite a bit of money once. But they lost it all in some bad speculations. And, well, if you must know, Gordon just sort of played around for a while.
Did Paul know all this?
I don't know.
Because if he did, maybe you shouldn't blame the poor, hard-working guy for not liking him.
But Gordon is good, and he's good to me.
He's good to you. Seems to me you're the one
You
who
mustn't say that, Johnny. He is good to me. But he's all I have now. If only Paul hadn't found out where we've come to live.
Oh, look, Jenny, I'm an insurance investigator, not a love counselor, and... Oh, what's the matter?
Don't you believe me? All I've told you? Or are you just trying to be very cold-blooded about this?
Jenny.
All right, then. This happens to be a cold-blooded insurance matter. For the simple reason that Gordon's life is insured. And if you have no heart, if all you can think about is business, all right. It's your job to keep Paul from killing Gordon.
Now, listen, Jenny, you've been married nearly a year. Nothing's happened, nothing at all. Yet now, all of a sudden...
Because Paul has come here. He telephoned me. And there can be only one reason why he's here.
I doubt that. But where is he?
In New York, at a hotel.
What hotel?
He didn't say.
Well, is he coming out here to the house?
He said he wouldn't come until he could be sure that Gordon was here.
And then?
Then to prepare for the worst. Those were his very words, Johnny. Prepare for the worst.
Wasn't Gordon here when he phoned?
Yes, but I didn't tell him that.
Where's Gordon now?
Over in Larchmont at the Beverly Arms.
In hiding, in other words.
I want him to stay there until something can be done about Paul, that's all.
Well, if Paul's so all-fired determined...
He is, Johnny. He always was.
That could be a pretty admirable quality, Jenny.
Of course it is. But when he's determined to do such a horrible... Johnny, I don't understand you, the way you're taking all this.
Are you going to help me or aren't you?
Yes. Okay, Ginny, I'll see what I can do. If by any chance what you suspect is true, if Paul really has come here to get him...
Of course he has. Paul doesn't give up, no matter what he set out to do.
Which is to say that sooner or later, if you'd kept your head, if you hadn't gone off the deep end, if you had waited and married him, Ginny...
I know. I should have. I should have waited for him, no matter how long it took. And
Yeah? And what?
no, Johnny, I didn't mean that. I'm married to Gordon now, and I must protect him.
Okay, then. The first thing to do is get him over here.
What?
Sure. If Paul's staying undercover, it's the only way to bring him out in the open.
But if anything happens to
Like
Gordon...
you say, it's my job to see that it doesn't. I'll see you later. Yeah, like I've said many times before, in this business of mine, you run into some real wildies, and this was one of them. Made me feel like an advice to the love shorn column. And it was pretty obvious that Ginny was still in love with Paul, that she was sorry she had married and was supporting this Gordon Haskell, who, incidentally, must have been a smart cookie to have caught her on the rebound, latched onto her and her fortune. But she'd made her bed, and by golly, out of nothing but stubborn pride, she was going to lie in it. It was well after dark by the time I left her, and as I walked out to my car, I decided that what I'd better do first was to locate Paul Snowden, somewhere in some hotel in New York City. Find out what this whole crazy affair was really all about. But then, as I reached for the door handle on my car...
Just a minute.
Huh? Yeah?
I've been waiting for you.
Oh? Who are you? As if I couldn't guess.
Mister, I found out all about you, why you came here.
Me? Oh, well, now,
If
just
you
a
don't
minute.
believe me, take a look at these photostats from the police files in half a dozen western states.
Well, now, just take it easy. Let me put on the dash light so I can take a look at them.
You'll have plenty of time to look at them when I'm through with you.
Well, just a
Mister,
minute.
I ought to kill you. All right, now. You want some more?
Johnny, what on earth's going on out there?
Huh?
Johnny?
What?
Johnny!
Oh, no.
Paul! Paul, what have you done to Johnny Dollar? Johnny! Oh, dear, this is terrible.
Well, it ain't exactly good.
That was Paul. I saw him.
Yeah, so I figured.
He must have found out that I sent for you. Why, if I hadn't come out of the house to see what the noise was all about, he might... Don't you see, Johnny? Don't you believe me now when I say he's come here to kill Gordon?
Jenny, I guess if you didn't convince me, Paul has.
Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I went back into the house with Ginny's help, and a good stiff drink plus her tender menstruations brought me back to normal. I suppose I could make all sorts of excuses about having been caught off guard, but I won't. Paul Snowden had a good pair of fists, and he knew how to use them. My plan had been to call on the New York City police for help in locating Paul, but now this had suddenly become a personal matter. And yet, wait a minute. Ginny,
Yes, Johnny. Are you feeling...
listen, didn't you tell me that Paul and your husband Gordon didn't know each other, had never met?
Yes.
What about those papers, the photostats?
Papers?
And we've been thinking that Paul jumped me because he'd found out you'd called me in to protect Gordon.
Of course.
Well, it just happens we were wrong.
Johnny, I don't understand.
Listen, I'll be right back.
But, Johnny, he may still be out there somewhere.
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Well, but, Johnny, don't you...
I found no sign of Paul or the papers he'd shoved at me. But I was certain that he was still in the neighborhood, waiting. But not for me. I jumped into my car, drove away, then circled around the block, parked, and sneaked into the house the back way.
Johnny! I thought it was Gordon coming in this back door. I phoned him that Paul had been here.
Yeah? What'd he say?
Only that until Paul is taken care of, he'd better get out of town. But, Johnny, that's such a...
Oh, great. And yet, if he plans on being away for any length of time... Excuse me a minute. Yeah, there was a chance, a bare chance, that this whole thing could come to a head very quickly with a bit of luck. I opened the front door, then called out into the darkness beyond the porch. Paul? Paul Snowden. This is Johnny Dollar. If you're out there, stick around. Now listen, I'm leaving this front door unlocked, so use your own judgment. I went back into the library. Standing there with Ginny was a man, a few years older, slightly gray around the temples. He had a worried, furtive look about his eyes. He was momentarily startled when I walked in on him.
Johnny. Gordon, this is Johnny Dollar.
Hiya, Gordon.
He sneaked in the back way, Johnny.
But I'm not staying around to get killed. Now listen, Virginia.
Gordon, it'll be all right now.
No, I don't know who Dollar is or why you've called him in, but I'm not staying around here with Paul Snowden gunning for me.
You're afraid of him, Gordon?
Wouldn't you be? Come on, Virginia. Open up the safe. You've got plenty of money in it, I know.
But look, darling...
Come on, get it for me. Give it to me.
But to run away like this...
Oh, because Paul wouldn't run away.
You know that isn't what I mean.
Give me the money, Virginia. Or do you want a dead husband on your hands? Well...
Now listen, Gordon.
You listen. This is none of your business.
I wouldn't be too sure of that.
Well, I am, Virginia.
Now, just a minute.
Will you keep out of this?
No.
Oh, yes, you will. You see what I mean?
Gordon, that gun...
Give me that money so I can save my life.
Put that thing down, Gordon.
Stand back, Dollar. I'll pull this trigger.
Brother, that's what you think.
Yes? Oh, I'll kill you.
Thanks, Paul.
I aimed low, Dollar. I'm afraid he'll live.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Should have killed him, I guess. But I'd rather see him face the courts.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Those photostats you have?
Yeah. Police files all over the West. He has a record as long as your arm, under various names. Wealthy women. Married them, took their money.
Oh, no.
Yes, Jenny. And some of them... Well, he killed them.
Paul, I didn't know.
I
didn't know.
I'm sorry, Dollar, about what happened outside earlier, but in the darkness, I thought you were Gordon.
It's, okay, Paul. You've, more than made up for it. Well, maybe Paul and Ginny will finally get together for keeps. I don't know. I don't even know whether I care. I'm just glad I wasn't involved. That is, any more than I was. Expense account total, including mileage of my car back to Hartford, a lousy $10. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a sweet little old lady involved in one of the dirtiest rackets I know. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Les Tremaine, Sam Edwards, and James McCallion. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Art Engels, International Life and Casualty.
How you doing, Art?
Hey, listen, Johnny, are you free to take something on for us?
Arthur, my boy, as long as a nice, big, wealthy company like yours just can't wait to pay my expense account.
Now, Johnny...
Plus a sizable fee for my superlative services. Okay, what's it all about? Murder, fraud, arson?
No.
Okay, then what?
I don't know.
Oh, you want me, but you don't know what for.
That's right, yeah.
Well, that's a switch.
Actually, Johnny, it's one of our very important clients wants you.
Art, that's not a switch.
He has demanded that you and only you be sent over to see him.
But he hasn't told you why.
That's right.
Uh-oh.
Now, what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean, the last time I took on one of those I don't know why matters, I got slugged, shot at, and thrown off a bridge.
Well, Johnny...
But okay, Art. I'll run on over and see you.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the International Life and Casualty Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the phony phone matter. I don't really go for these vague assignments, but International has always paid off pretty well. So expense account item 1, $1.25 for a taxi over to the office of Art Engels. He was waiting outside the building for me in his car. We took off and headed back across town again. Where to, Art?
Mr. Wendell's office is in the Clay building.
Wendell?
J. Ransom Wendell, the important client I told you about, who wants to see you right away.
But who hasn't told you why he wants to see me?
He hasn't told me.
How important, Art?
Well, he owns and runs the Crown Lithograph operation.
Never heard of it.
When he inherited that plant, it must have been, 40 years ago. It was just a small outfit, not worth more than $400,000 or $500,000.
Oh, you call that small?
And now it's worth millions.
Then Wendell is loaded.
He certainly is, Johnny.
And that means he carries a lot of insurance.
One of our biggest accounts. Life insurance on himself.
How much?
$500,000.
Wow.
Insurance on his wife for the same figure. Policies on his home, his cars, plant, personnel. Well, I make no bones about it. Even if his calling for you is only to satisfy some sort of a whim, we can't afford to turn him down.
Some sort of a whim?
Yeah.
You mean it could be?
Yeah. Johnny, he's so used to having his own way. You know, because of all his money.
Oh, wait now. Hold everything.
Yeah.
J.R. Wendell. Alimony Wendell?
That is our boy.
Married 5, 6, 7 times?
Add 1.
And always to some delectable dish he picked out of the chorus line of a nightclub on some Broadway show?
That's the one, Johnny. Marries him, finds out all they want is his money, pays them off, then goes ahead and does the same thing all over again.
Oh, brother. But according to the newspaper stories a couple of years ago, he swore he was through with those gold diggers, that he'd never again pay off another one of them.
Mm-hmm. So what happened?
What happens?
9-10 months ago, he puts a ring on that dancer, Lavon Laverne.
Yikes.
Whereupon she promptly puts a ring in his nose and starts making the usual dent in his bank account.
Oh, now, you don't think his wanting to see me has anything to do with his trouble with this Lavon Laverne? Oh, now, Art, I want
We'll
to...
soon find out, Johnny, because this is his office building.
Wendell's office was huge. The walls were paneled in rich mahogany hung with fine oil paintings. Wall-to-wall carpeting so thick you sank into it almost up to your ankles. Fine antique furniture, including his tremendous desk. And the man himself really fooled me. He must have been, about 60. But instead of a snide, leering old wolf, he was tall, straight as a ramrod, with clear, frank blue eyes. Yeah, the smart, alert kind of man you'd expect to head up a multi-million-dollar operation. The kind you wouldn't expect to have fallen for a whole line of cheap chorus girls. But then, of course, you never can tell.
Yes, Mr. Engels, Mr. Dollar. It's my wife, Lavon, that I'm concerned about. But since it has nothing whatsoever to do with her insurance at the moment.
Well, now, Mr. Wendell...
Engels, I'm much obliged to you for bringing Dollar to me. If I need you further, I'll let you know.
Well, if I can be of any help in this
No.
matter...
Dollar and I can handle this alone, so you just run along.
Okay. Whatever you say.
I'll be in touch.
Yes, so I are.
All right, Johnny. You let me know just...
Goodbye. All right, Dollar.
Well, now, look, if there's no insurance involved...
Oh, there isn't. I hope there won't be. I'm quite sure there won't be. Nonetheless...
You say this concerns your wife?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Well, far be it from me, Mr. Wendell, but I had a notion you were through with marrying all these pretty young girls.
I made some bad mistakes, Dollar. 7 of them, to be exact. Cost me a lot of money, a lot of heartache. Took a lot out of me. Well, let's face it, I pretty much made an old fool of myself. Instead of paying off those girls, those leeches, to get free of them, I should have... I at least profited by the mistakes I made.
What do you mean, sir?
I mean Levon. Young, beautiful. Maybe she is no mental giant, but she's made me a good, a loving, a devoted wife.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Mr. Wendell. But now what's the problem?
Fear.
Fear?
Yes, Levon's.
But fear of what, sir?
Fear, Mr. Dollar, of being murdered.
Smoking more now, but enjoying it less.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
So good.
Have a Camel cigarette.
So rich.
Have a real cigarette. Have a Camel.
So mild.
Have a Camel cigarette.
And here's the reason why.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
You can say that again.
Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
If you're smoking more these days, but enjoying it less, then change to Camels, the best-tasting cigarette of all.
Have a Camel.
Start to really enjoy smoking again.
And now, the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, wait, Mr. Wendell. Your wife, Levon, she's been threatened with murder.
Threatened? No.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
But, Dollar, she's fearful that someone is going to kill her. It's been going on for several weeks now.
Why?
I don't know. All I know is that she's become terribly upset over this idea, this fear. I've called on you to see if you can determine for me if there are grounds for all this apprehension.
What if she hasn't received any direct threats?
She hasn't, at least none that I know of. Well, she says that she hasn't.
Well, now, look, wait.
Something has gotten her into this unfortunate state of mind. I don't know what it is. But I hope you can find out for me.
Hey, you sure you shouldn't have called in a psychiatrist?
Have one of those stupid, money-grubbing head shrinkers ask her a lot of silly questions?
Oh, now, wait. Some of them are pretty good. Can do a lot of good in a situation like this.
Dollar. Because I know Levon. I know what her reaction would be. She's nervous and upset enough about these fears as it is. But you, posing as an old friend, as our guest there at the lodge.
Your lodge, Mr. Wendell?
Yes, over on the Peekabuck River above Farmington. It's a little place we keep as a sort of retreat, a place to get away from it all.
I see.
When I left the house here in town a few minutes ago, I told Levon we'd meet her there for lunch and start the weekend a little early.
We, huh?
I told her you're an old friend. Come east for a bit of a vacation.
Oh, from where?
Los Angeles, Hollywood.
Oh.
You are familiar with the West Coast, I hope.
Oh, enough to talk about it intelligently.
Good. Well, then why don't we leave right away?
Mr. Wendell.
We'll stop at your apartment so you can pick up some clothes, then we'll head on up to the lodge. Excuse me.
But now, look here,
yes,
sir.
Mr. Wendell?
Miss Barker, have my car brought around, please.
Yes, sir.
I'll be gone until Monday.
Have a pleasant weekend, Mr. Wendell.
Thank you. Well?
Well, I still don't quite understand what you expect me to do up there at your lodge.
Dollar, I have known about you for years. I have great respect for your talents. Not only as a crime investigator, but because of your ability to deal with people. Get very close to them.
Ah. People like your charming and beautiful wife, Mr. Wendell? Oh, no.
I'm very serious, Dollar. You have a knack of inspiring confidence, of getting things out of people that... Well, you see, I follow the reports of your cases on the radio very closely.
Yeah, well...
I'm convinced that you can be of more help than any psychiatrist could possibly.
And also, and let's be frank about this.
Yes?
That is, if your wife's fears are justified.
Well?
You also think I might be handy to have around as a bodyguard, right?
Yes, Dollar, that's right.
We drove over to my place and I packed a couple of bags. I also picked up the old faithful 38 caliber limit squeezer. We drove east on Route 4 to Farmington, and then north along the western side of the Peekabuck River, and finally east again on a private road. Meantime, as we drove along, I questioned Mr. Wendell further.
No, Dollar, I can think of no one who might want to harm her, of whom she ought to be worried or afraid.
Well, there must be some basis for this fear of hers.
Of course, before I met Levon and married her, when she was dancing in nightclubs, and I'm afraid not always the better ones.
Well, a lot of those joints are run by racketeers.
Yes. Her contacts in those days were not always with the best of people.
Something to work on, isn't it?
Oh, but now here we are. You like my little place?
Oh, you call this little?
We like it because it doesn't require any servants, and we can...
What's the matter?
Well, nothing. Only it's well after noon, and I don't see Levine's car anywhere.
Well, maybe she's been here and left to do some shopping or something.
Come along, Dollar. Let's go in and see.
Well, I suppose 10 rooms is rather small to a man like Mr. Wendell. But I didn't have much chance to look around because of his concern over his wife. He went through the motions of pouring a couple of drinks.
I just don't understand this, Dollar. It's almost 1 o'clock. She's always on time. Will you excuse me? I'm going to see if something's held her up at home. Oh, Levon. I'm just silly, I suppose, but I'm here at the lodge with Mr. Dollar, and I was beginning to get worried about you. Why, you weren't here when we... Visitor? Anybody I know? Vonnie, you sound worried about something. What is it, dear? Vonnie? Vonnie? Hello? Hello? Hello?
What's wrong, Mr.
Vonnie, that sound I heard, what was it? Hello? Hello? Vonnie, what is it? What?
All right, now, Mr. Wendell, what happened?
I don't know, Mr. Dollar. She gave a strange kind of a kind of a gasp.
Yeah?
I believe she dropped the telephone. There was a thump, a heavy thump.
Okay. Operator, give me police headquarters in Hartford. Make it homicide.
We'll continue with yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in exactly 30 seconds. A signature can reveal a great deal. Take, for instance, one that you hear every day, the highly respected signature, CBS News. That's the name that stands behind every news broadcast heard over this network. It's your assurance that you're hearing the very latest news and that you're hearing it reported with scrupulous accuracy. Remember that, CBS News, the first word in swiftness, the last word in accuracy. You can depend on it. Fight cancer with a checkup and a check. Today's reminder from the CBS Radio Network. Now, back to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the phony phone matter.
By the time we get back to Wendell's home in Hartford, the police were there, Lieutenant Billy Walker in charge. The body of Levon Wendell lay sprawled on the floor next to a sofa. The telephone had fallen to the floor beside her. One of Walker's men was dusting it for prints. Another, obviously the medic, had removed a rather gruesome-looking knife from the middle of her back. Wendell had slumped into a chair, and he sat there staring as though he couldn't quite believe it. His face was white, and he kept clenching and unclenching his hands with such force I was sure his palms were bleeding. The only sound he made was an occasional half-smothered sob.
Must have killed her instantly, Dollar. Doc here says the knife went clear through into her heart.
Yeah. Think you can trace that knife, Lieutenant?
Oh, I don't have to. Came from that collection up there over the fireplace. Johnny, that could indicate it was done by somebody she knew that she let in here.
You mean somebody who came unprepared to kill her?
Right. Oh, the back door was left ajar, by the way.
Any servants in this place?
We're way ahead of you.
What?
Well, to begin with, they're an old couple. Neither one of them could have had the strength to do this.
Oh, where are they?
They were given the weekend off.
How do you know that?
One of the boys who knows them saw them at the station early this morning.
Oh.
Said they were heading down to New York to see some relatives.
Yes, we let them go, Lieutenant, because we planned to be up in the country for the weekend.
Okay, Mr. Wendell.
Only we hadn't. If only there'd been someone here when whoever did this.
Easy now, sir.
A visitor, she said. She told me over the phone it
Yeah.
was a visitor.
Yeah,
if only she'd
I
been
heard
able
you
to
say
tell
that.
me who it was before. Dollar, you gotta find him. You gotta find this killer.
Don't worry, Mr. Wendell. We'll do everything we
Spare
possibly...
no expense. I'll do anything. I'll give you anything you want, but you must find him.
Yeah, your attorney, Mr. Wendell.
Dollar, I don't care what it costs or what you have to do. My attorney?
He'll have to be notified of this immediately. Who is he?
Oh, Spidle. Harold Old Spidle. I'll take care of it as soon as I can pull myself together.
Now, look, you can't be of any help at the moment, so why don't you just sit down and better still pour yourself a drink.
A drink?
Yeah, do you good. Go ahead.
Yes, perhaps you're right. Perhaps that...
Lieutenant.
Oh, wait a second, Johnny. You sure of that, Mac? Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Sure of what?
Johnny, the only prints on that phone are hers. You'd think in a household like this, unless somebody wiped them off just in case.
Of course, Lieutenant. Look, I'll see you later.
What?
I borrowed Mr. Wendell's car without bothering to ask him for it. I drove to the office of lawyer Spardell, all on a big fat hunch. And I thought he might be able to help me with a better understanding of the whole Wendell setup. You know something? I don't think he'll ever know how much he did help me.
Well, as long as you were there with him at the lodge and heard the phone conversation with her.
Why, yes.
Of course, it's too bad, Levon, going like this, but, Dollar, I can't say I'm at all surprised. And, by the way of being cold-blooded about it, well, it saves Wendell the trouble and expense of another divorce, more alimony.
Yeah.
Dollar, he is one of the most clever, the most ruthless businessmen I've ever known. Yet these girls, one after another, have been able to take him for so much.
And you don't think this one would have lasted? Huh?
I'm certain of it.
But I thought he and Levon were getting along pretty well.
Oh, I suppose he may have thought so. I don't see why, though.
Oh, what do you mean?
Some of the others were pretty expensive while he was married to them. They all were afterward, but none of them compared with Levon. Did you ever see one of her lavish nightclub parties?
No.
Why, the other night, last Tuesday, I just happened to be in the Purple Cat over in... Now, mind you, I'm not a nightclub habitué.
Mr. Spadell, I think I'd better be going.
Oh? But I thought perhaps I could be of help to you.
Oh, you've been plenty of help.
After all, I know the names of many of the gangsters with whom this girl was formerly associated.
Oh, I'm sure you do.
Any one of whom might be a possible suspect.
More so than Mr. Wendell himself?
Wendell himself?
Think that over.
But you were with him there at the lodge. You heard him talking to her on the phone when it happened.
That's so?
Of course. You yourself are his perfect alibi.
Am I? Yeah. That telephone conversation. So item 2 on the expense account is 10 cents for a phone call to my favorite gal friend, Betty Lewis. As I expected, she was willing to go along with a little stunt I had in mind that might blow this whole murder case wide open. By the time I got back to Wendell's home, the police and his wife's body were gone. And he'd calmed down all right. There were several empty glasses at his elbow.
You were right, Dollar. I've pulled myself together enough to realize that what's happened has happened. Oh, I forgot to call my attorney, as you suggested. I'll do it right away.
No. Wait, I want to talk to you.
Yes?
Besides, I'm expecting a call myself on that phone.
Oh, you made some progress?
Yeah, quite a bit, I think.
Well, good.
I understand that as a businessman, you're pretty ruthless. Doesn't sound nervous upset to me.
What?
And you know, that phone conversation there at your lodge was pretty smart.
Will you please start making sense, Dollar?
I was pretty dumb. I should have realized you couldn't have dialed this number from up here.
Just a minute.
Sorry, I want to get this call.
Dollar!
Hello?
Hi, hon. This is Betty.
Yeah, this is Johnny Dollar.
Oh, then it is for you.
Now, do I gotta hang up and leave you with an empty line the way you said I should?
Yes.
Oh, gee.
Yes.
Okay. Bye, sweet.
Yes, I'm alone here. What? I'll give you 500 if your info is accurate.
What is it, Mr. Dollar?
No, 500 is the limit. Unless you're willing to appear and testify in court. Okay, then it's 1,000. Come on over here and I'll give it to you. If you can give me enough facts right now to prove you were here.
What goes on there, Dollar?
Oh, you actually saw him, huh? Through which window? Yeah? Side of the room? Yeah, I can see it from here.
Who are you talking to?
And you actually saw him take the knife from his collection over the... Yeah? Yeah. Then he what? The back door? Yeah, I got it. His own car, huh? Well, sure, to his office in time to meet me there.
Hang up that phone, Dollar.
Excuse me, I've...
Hang it up.
Yeah, sure.
So somebody saw me. Somebody saw me, killer. But when that informer comes here to collect the money you promised
Mr. Wendell.
Dollar, he's going to get exactly what you're going to get. A bullet in the head. You see this gun?
Well, now, Mr. Wendell, my name isn't Matt Dillon.
What?
But if you think you can outdraw me... Wow. Well, I hope Wendell never finds out that my phone conversation with a mythical informer was just as phony as his. His talk with his wife after he'd killed her. Had left her there at the telephone at his home. Had set me up for an alibi at the lodge. But then what's the difference where he's going? Expense account total? $1.35. Oh, let's talk about the fee on this one. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Constipation can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity. Gently, overnight.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's program.
Next week, one of my ever-loving gals comes into the case. And believe me, things get complicated. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Harry Bartell, Marvin Miller, Dick Crenna, and Lou Merrill. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wald speaking. Suspense, next on the CBS Radio Network.
Radio 59, WROW, first on the dial, serving Albany, Tri, and Schenectady.
The Greater Southwest Insurance Company office in Kingman, Arizona. The following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Red Rock matter. Expense account item 1, $1.70 for a telegram to Jake Kessler, giving him my flight time. Item 2, $169 even, plane fare and incidentals, Hartford to New York to Las Vegas, Nevada. Early the next morning, then, Jake was there at the Vegas airport waiting for me. Tall, angular, well-tanned, wearing jeans, a denim shirt, high-heeled boots, and a broad-brimmed hat. Well, he looked like he should have been riding a range pony instead of a car. We headed east on 95 through Boulder City, then south toward Kingman, Arizona.
All right, now, Johnny, now that we got the how-to-dos over with, I better tell you why I called you out here.
Hey, you said something about a murder, Jake.
We'll know for sure when we get down to Kingman. Now, back in '52, Johnny, a couple of boys named Ralph Garrett and Jerry Bisbee were doing quite a bit of prospecting around these parts.
Gold?
Gold, silver, copper, anything they could find. Well, how they ever joined up together, nobody could rightly understand it.
Now, why do you say that?
Well, Ralph was okay. Not much money, but a nice wife, home, family. But Jerry Bisbee, well, the town had been hoping he'd go somewhere else for years.
Ah, I see.
Anyhow, one day they set out to pound the rocks up near the town of Chloride over near Mount Tipton. A month or so later, though, Jerry Bisbee came back to Kingman alone.
Oh?
Folks asked him where Ralph Garrett was. He said Ralph had left him to go out and get a job in California.
And left Bisbee with the rights to all their claims?
Well, now, that wasn't even talked about. Not then.
Yeah, well, go on, Jake.
Anyhow, Ralph's wife claimed it was all a big lie, that Bisbee had taken Ralph out there in the desert and killed him.
But why? Why did she think that?
Claimed Ralph almost hadn't gone on that particular trip, that he'd gotten suspicious of Bisbee, that he was scared of him, and that Ralph wouldn't have just up and left her like that.
Well, did she tell this to the police?
Sure did. So they looked around all over the state, even notified the boys over in California, but nobody couldn't find a sign of Ralph.
I see.
So then she got a hold of some relative she has over in the state's attorney's office over in Phoenix. And, Johnny, before you knew it, Jerry Bisbee was up on trial for murder.
Oh, but on such flimsy evidence and without a body.
Sure. Jerry was acquitted. Now, like I say, that was back in '52. But we only paid off the insurance on Ralph about a year ago, lacking any legal proof that Ralph was dead until that statute of limitations said he had to be here or something.
Yeah, I know. But now about this man Bisbee. Does he still live in Kingman?
No, Johnny. As soon as that trial was over, he sold his little place, left town, and never come back.
And with no actual proof that he'd killed his partner.
Now, just a minute.
Yeah?
Didn't your Eastern papers carry anything about that big windstorm we had out here last week?
Windstorm?
Biggest one we've had in years. Must have blew 70, 80 mile an hour. Johnny.
Oh, yeah, I guess I did read something about that.
Sure you did.
Yeah, I remember now. That wind uncovered the bones of a man who'd apparently become lost somewhere out here in this desert some years ago.
Lost, huh?
What do you mean?
There's something the papers didn't say, Johnny. There was a bullet hole in the back of the skull.
Oh?
From exactly the same caliber as the old Winchester 94 Jerry Bisbee'd always carried with him.
Then it looks like the skeleton is Ralph Garrett's. Murdered and buried out there by this Jerry Bisbee.
Well, now, there's only one person can identify that skeleton for sure, Johnny.
Who's that?
Young Doc Blessing. And if we're lucky, we'll find him awaiting for us in Kingman.
Well, that was all Jake had to say about the matter until we could talk to Dr. Blessing. When we got to Jake's office there in Kingman, we found a note in the door from Dr. Blessing asking us to wait for him. So we sat there and waited.
And then he came here and... Drat the dang flies. Think out here in this nice, clean desert air, they wouldn't... There you are. Oh, I won't be able to hear out of this here for a week.
Yeah, I thought you were trying to knock your head off there for a minute.
I almost did.
But you were saying that young Doc Blessing took over his father's practice out here.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. And that included all the records his pa had always kept, complete records of every case he'd ever handled. Notes, prescriptions, x-rays, everything. Boxes, crates, cartons of them, Johnny. And that's what young Doc's looking into right now, all those old records.
Why, Jake?
Because he had a vague remembrance that one time, a long while ago, his pa... Oh, howdy, Doc.
Jake, I take it you're Johnny Dollar.
That's right.
I'm Doc Blessing. Glad you're here, Dollar. Jake, I've been over to police headquarters.
And you found something, Doc?
Yes, Doctor.
Now, you must understand this, Dollar. The police around here are fine. Good state authorities, too, but this thing may be beyond their reach.
What'd you find in your pa's old records?
Jake, I found evidence, including x-rays, that proved that my father patched up a broken thigh for Ralph Garrett back in '47. X-rays clearly showed the steel femoral plate he used to pin two sections of bone together.
Then, Doc...
It's been kept from the papers, Dollar. But on the skeleton they found in the desert was that very same fractured thigh bone and the stainless steel plate that my father...
I know it.
Well, there's no question about it. That skeleton is Ralph Garrett's.
Well...
And with that bullet hole from Jerry Bisbee's gun in the skull.
Exactly.
Or a gun like Bisbee's.
Yeah, now, don't start kidding yourself, Johnny.
Yeah, now, Dollar,
Okay, you got a point. It looks as though Bisbee murdered him, all right.
Of course he did. Why else would he skip out after the trial? So what you've got to do, Johnny, is get out and find it, bring him back to justice. That's all.
That's all?
Well, yes.
Oh, sure.
Next time you refresh, enjoy a frosty, ice-cold Pepsi-Cola.
Sociability, Charlie.
All right, Kay, how's this? Pepsi is light, refreshes without filling. You like to refresh? Have a Pepsi right now.
Well, offer it to everybody, Charlie.
I will. Enjoy Pepsi at the fountain. It's delicious at home, too. Have one at lunch or with a snack.
Charlie.
At the beach or at dinner. Wherever you go, wherever you're thirsty, Pepsi is there.
It's here, too, in our Be Sociable song.
Be sociable, look smart, keep up to date with Pepsi. Drink light, refreshing Pepsi.
weekend, have plenty of Pepsi around. Pick up an extra carton today. CK, I'm sociable.
With Pepsi, everyone is.
And now, the second act of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, Jake, you say that right after his trial, Bisbee left town.
And no forwarding address, and I don't need to tell you nobody's seen hide nor hair of him since.
Well, what happened to the rights to the mining claims?
Sold them out, didn't he, Doc?
That's correct. Did he get much money for them?
No. And, of course, he had to share and share alike with Ralph's widow.
Hey, Doc, you say you just saw the police.
Yeah, Dollar, and of course they're certain, too, that Bisbee murdered Ralph Garrett. On the strength of the evidence I was able to provide for him.
Uh-huh. Any idea how they plan to proceed?
Yeah, I assume they've notified the state police and that they'll put out bulletins all over the country. All of which will take time, of course.
Yeah, in other words, they have no idea whatsoever where Jerry Bisbee might be by now.
Well, after all, Johnny, after all these years.
Yeah.
Bisbee may have gone anywhere after he left here, and since he alone had knowledge of his guilt at that time.
Yeah. So all I have to do is perform a slight miracle and... Hey, wait, you say that he was a prospector while he was living here in Kingman.
That's right.
Well, what else did he do?
Well, he kind of worked some of the mines now and then, enough to keep him in food and clothes and tobacco's all.
And liquor, of course. He was a heavy, disagreeable drinker.
But that's all.
It's the only work he knew. Now I got some house calls to make. If I can be of any further help.
Yeah, well, maybe that gives me an idea.
Yeah?
No, you go ahead, Doc. I can work on it right here.
Very well. Don't hesitate to call me.
What's this idea, Johnny?
Just let me use this phone.
Well, sure, go ahead.
My first call was to the Bureau of Mines in Washington. I practically had to have them check me out with the FBI before they'd give me the information I wanted. But finally, in the course of running up a $27 phone bill, that's item 3 on the expense account.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, I've located a listing of mining claims in the name of Jerry Bisbee.
Then he's still prospecting.
The list begins with 1944. All claims up to 1952 were in Arizona.
Yeah.
Would you like me to read them to you?
No, thanks. What I'm interested in is recent claims, and I've got a suspicion they won't be in Arizona.
Let me see now. Yes, you're quite right.
Yeah?
Within the past few years, he's apparently been doing some prospecting in the state of Nevada.
Where?
Well, in several rather widely separate... Well, of course, the office in Carson City could give you more up-to-date information than we have.
Yeah, you're right. I'll call him. Thanks very much.
Progress?
Yeah, Jake. It looks like maybe we're getting somewhere.
I knew you would, Johnny.
But on my call to Carson City, capital of Nevada, I ran into a stone wall.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but I have no authority to give out such information over the phone.
All right, now, listen, please,
When
miss.
Mr. Harker gets back to the office, if you care to call back in 2 or 3 hours.
Look, isn't there somebody else there who can give me the information I need? All I want...
Without Mr. Harker's authorization? I doubt it, sir.
But look, miss, I just want to
If
get...
you were to come here in person and show the proper credentials.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
What's the matter with him up there, Johnny?
Oh, I don't know. Jake.
Yeah?
Is there anybody around here who owns a plane?
An airplane?
Well?
Well, there's young Kenny McManus has a little single...
Then come on, let's find him and see if he'd like to fly a charter job. Expense account item 4, $175 to Kenny McManus for the use of his plane and his service as pilot. Only I'm not so sure I would have chartered that particular plane if I'd taken time for a real good look at it before we started off. Yeah, with 2 passengers, a full load of gas, and my luggage, it was hardly... Well, let's face it. It was old and definitely underpowered for such a trip. We missed the tops of several mountains by only inches along the way. But somehow, shortly after noon, we landed in the Nevada capital. Item 5, $1 to one of the lads at the hangar for a ride into the local bureau representative. Mr. Harker was somewhat reticent until I mentioned one word.
What was that, Mr. Dollar?
Murder, Mr. Harker. I want this man Bisbee for murder.
I see. And I'm certain I can be of help to you.
And now, thanks to Mr. Harker's cooperation, I finally really got on Jerry Bisbee's trail. Item 6, $50, deposit on a rental car, and I headed due east. I headed for the lively old ghost town of Virginia City. I didn't know I was also heading into one of the most dangerous situations in my whole career.
makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette. Best tobacco makes the best smoke. Have a Camel cigarette.
If you're smoking more these days, but enjoying it less, change to Camels. The Camel blend of costly tobaccos has never been equaled for real smoking satisfaction. Have a real cigarette.
Have a Camel.
Start to really enjoy smoking again.
Now back to yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Red Rock Matter.
Virginia City is fabulous. A monument to the rip-roaring days of the Comstock Lode. When all too often a man's life depended on how fast he could draw, or how well he could defend a hunk of barren ground that he chipped away at in the hope it would give up millions of dollars worth of gold-bearing quartz, or the heavy blue mud so rich in silver ore. Still standing are many of the colorful buildings put up in the 1860s. Piper's Opera House. You picked up your key at the Bucket of Blood Saloon. There was the office of the Territorial Enterprise that carried editorials by Mark Twain. The famous Crystal Bar. The gambling halls where debts were paid in dust and nuggets. Famous names, too. O'Reilly and McLaughlin, Comstock and Gould, McKay and Mills, Fair, Flood, and O'Brien. Yeah, the Bonanza Kings. All of them had meant fabulous wealth in the days of the gold rush. Yep, you could almost see their ghosts walking the streets. Well, I found a fount of local information and a grizzled old character parked on a rocker in front of one of the ancient saloons.
Bisbee, son. Jerry Bisbee.
Yes, sir, that's right.
Well, if I was you, I'd stay away from him. Yes, I would.
Well, why do you say that, sir?
Because, son, that D4 man's crazy. Staying up there in that shack on top of Red Rock Pass.
Red Rock
Working away at that worthless claim he has up there.
Oh, where is Red Rock Pass?
About halfway up 12-mile road over there. There's a wagon track up the pass.
Well, look, can I make it with this car of mine?
Yeah, that's pretty new car. No. You take a horse or a burro to get... Yeah, but you ain't going up to see that crazy Bisbee.
Why not? Well?
Whoa, he'd catch you anywhere near that mine of his. Then he'd shoot you first and find out who you was after.
Yeah, well, I'll have to take that chance.
Oh, no, you...
Thanks a lot, old-timer. At Martin's stable, I had to shell out a $100 deposit when they learned I was going up into Red Rock Pass. And again, I got a warning about running into Bisbee. But I made sure my gun was free in the holster and set out for the pass. It was after 3 when I left the 12-mile road and nearly sundown by the time I reached the top of the pass. And there I found Jerry Bisbee's weathered old shack, but no sign of Bisbee himself. Bisbee! Jerry Bisbee! And then I saw the trail leading to the little mine on the face of a cliff. So I started over toward it, walking around the huge red boulders in my path, scattered about as though some giant hand many centuries ago. Whoops!
That's fair enough.
Bisbee!
Get back on that horse and get out of here.
Sorry, but I gotta talk to you.
You see this here gun?
Oh, I see it all right.
Shoot the eye out and a snake with it. Besides, I know why you come here.
Do you?
Because
maybe...
they found Ralph Garrett's bones down to the desert.
That's right.
But you won't take me in third.
Don't be too sure of that.
Talk up, boy. Son, I don't hear very good.
I said I'm going to take you in for murder.
Talk up, I said. Besides, you got no right to take me in.
Wrong, Bisbee. You hear me? I say you're wrong.
Wrong, am I? Didn't they try me once for murdering? Didn't they let me free?
So what? That doesn't mean I was...
So you and anybody else ought to know they can't try a man twice for the same thing.
Holy smoke, he's right.
Them fools down there, they let me off. So now there's nothing you or anybody else can do about it. So get out. I said get out of here.
A well-aimed shot kicked up the sand in front of me. I ducked behind a pile of boulders and crouched there, waiting to see what he'd do next. Then I heard it from a sort of hole under one of the rocks. A rattlesnake almost at my feet. Slowly,
Carefully, I pulled out my gun. I took aim and... Hey, there were others in there. There must have been a nest of them.
No use, boy. I'm coming over there to get you.
Yeah, well, listen.
I'm going to kill you.
There was another rock to my left, a boulder that maybe I could reach without his seeing me. And the sound of the rappers at my feet wasn't exactly friendly. So I bent down low and made a dash for it. Brother, that time I could practically taste the lead.
It's no good, boy. You're not so smart. Because from where you are now, you ain't got no place to go. Not without me having a shot at you. And all it's going to take is one clear shot.
Bisbee, can you hear me?
And this rock pile where you was, I can get to without you having a shot at me. So I got you cornered, boy.
Yeah, he was right. He knew it and I knew it. Through a narrow cleft in the rock in front of me, too narrow even to push the barrel of my pistol, I could see him advancing slowly toward the pile of boulders where I'd left the nest of rattlers. But if he was so deaf, he'd never hear them. Oh, Bisbee. Hey, Bisbee, listen to me.
Look up. You got anything to say?
Stay away from that pile of rocks.
I'm going to kill you.
Hey, look, I said stay away from that pile of rocks.
I'm going to kill you dead. Unless you throw out your gun and come out here with your hands up over your head. Come on out of there.
Yeah. Okay. I'll do it.
What you say?
I said yes. Here, look. Here's my gun.
You coming out like I told you?
Yes, look. With my hands up.
Sure gonna fool ya.
What?
Because I'm gonna kill you anyway. The same as I did Ralph Garrett.
Bisbee. Hey, Bisbee, wait. Stay away from those rocks.
If you got another gun hit on you, it'll do you no good.
Bisbee! Things happened fast. He jumped backward into the protection of the rock pile, and he raised and aimed his gun to shoot me down. But a sudden movement among the angry nest of rattlesnakes.
No! Rattlesnakes! No! Many of them! No!
By the time I got over to him and hauled him out of that pit of death, half a dozen of the deadly rattlers must have struck him. He died before I could get him back to Virginia City. Yeah, justice again. In one of her own inscrutable ways. Expense account total, including a couple of good stiff drinks. Then the trip on back to Hartford, $496.25. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Hi, this is Dennis James. Say, remember way back when this melody was popular? There's something very special about a long-time favorite, isn't there? Well, folks feel the same way about one of Kellogg's favorites, Kellogg's All-Bran. Going on 41 years now, it's been America's most popular good food way to fight irregularity from lack of bulk. Because it's whole bran, Kellogg's All-Bran gentles away irregularity safely and reliably. And because it's deep toasted for extra crispness, it never gets mushy in milk. There's only one All-Bran, Kellogg's All-Bran. That's ALL-BRAN. Kellogg's All-Bran.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Well, next week, the canned canary matter. Yeah, you heard it right. And I promise you that title is a real fooler. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Parley Bear, Harry Bartell, Vic Perrin, John Daner, Will Wright, Tom Hanley, and Bill James. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wall speaking. Suspense follows on the CBS Radio Network.
You know, Dooley, I've been reading up on hypnosis. Come here and let me try it on you.
I am an officer of the law and don't approve of making a man divulge his secrets. However, I'll stand by in case there's criminology involved.
I just want to clear up some of his problems, Officer Suggs.
But I haven't got any problems. I'm the soul of contentment.
Maybe that's your trouble. You're too contented. Lie down, Dooley. You're going to sleep.
I feel so good.
He's under my influence. Now, little tyke, get up. Go straight to the beer of your choice.
Astounding. He's heading for Utica Club. 'Cause Utica Club will still take the trouble to age beer the natural way. Utica Club, you see. He's got no problem. He's a happy, well-adjusted fair mug.
Brewed by the West End Brewing Company of Utica, New York.
You're tuned to WROW Radio in Albany, New York. Time, 5:30.
Johnny Dollar. Dollar, this is Michael J. Kendry at the San Francisco office of International Life and Casualty.
Mr. Kendry?
No, I'm not in my office. I'm over at Lake Tahoe. You know the place?
South of Reno, kind of half in California, half in Nevada.
That's right.
Uh-huh.
I'm staying at a motel called Seven Pines Lodge at the south end of the lake. On the map, the town's called Al Tahoe.
Seven Pines Lodge in El Tahoe. Yeah, got it. Oh, and I understand there's some pretty great fishing in that lake. So, Kendry, I'll grab the first plane I can.
Fishing, huh?
What?
Maybe that's what you'll end up doing, all right.
Great.
For the body of a man named Marvin W. Smedley.
Huh?
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the International Life and Casualty Insurance Company, San Francisco office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Twins of Tahoe matter. Expense account item 1, $182.50, cab to Bradley Field and an early morning jet flight to San Francisco. Item 2, when I got there, $50 deposit on a rental car. I could have taken a ferry plane to Sacramento or even north to Reno, but I wanted another look-see at this part of the country. And I'm glad I made the drive, for Route 50 took me through a lot of the romantic old gold rush country. Yeah, through Placerville, now a quiet, busy little city, but once one of the most lawless, notorious places in the West, where the corner of Main and Coloma Streets was known only as Hangtown. And at one end of Main Street, you can still see the famous Hangtown bell that was used to call out the vigilantes in times of trouble. And then, finally, Lake Tahoe. And in my way of thinking, it's one of the most beautiful spots on Earth. Over 20 miles long and about half as wide. Its deep, clear water is the bluest I've ever seen, except in the shallows along the edges where it changes to an almost brilliant emerald. Tall, snow-capped peaks stand out above the dense, forever-green forest that surrounds the lake, barely hiding the many resorts that nestle together along the water's edge. And the water's cold out there and very deep. There are parts that have never been fathomed. Now and then I could see the clean, cloudy wake of a speedboat, sometimes with a water skier in tow. A group of small sailboats, white canvas, spread to the wind. Here and there along the shoreline, a few hardy souls in swimming, braving the chill waters in that breathless high altitude before the early winter snows would come. And then, in contrast, in various spots along the highway on the Nevada side, as such things are illegal in California, there were huge, gaudy, restless, noisy gambling houses. And out Tahoe at the Seven Pines Lodge, and there were 7 tall pines around the neat little motel, Kendry was waiting there for me.
Dollar?
Yeah, that's right.
Glad you made it. I'm Mike Kendry.
Oh, yeah. How are you, Mike?
Come on into my cabin. I'll tell you what it's all... Mrs. Nelson, Mr. Dollar's arrived. I'll settle him in the cabin next to mine. Come on, Johnny.
Yeah. Hey, you mentioned fishing for the body of a man by the name of Smedley.
Police are fishing for it now. Marvin W. Smedley. He was a client of ours. Very wealthy, retired. Come on in. Sit down.
Okay, sure. Well?
On the way in here, you passed a big piece of lakeside property with a small stone house set back away from the beach.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Smedley's, where he lived with a housekeeper, Mrs. Turner, and his twin nephews, Tracy and Alfred Smedley. They're about 25 or 6.
So what's happened?
About 3 o'clock this morning, Mrs. Turner woke up to what she thought was the sound of a shot. She went into the boys' room to see if they'd heard it, but they weren't there.
Oh?
And she remembered Tracy had said he'd be out gambling all night over on the Nevada side, and that Alfred was at a 2 or 3 day house party at the upper end of the lake. And rather than try to waken old man Smedley, well, she decided it was only a backfire and went back to bed.
Yeah?
But when she got up for breakfast, well, she found the library in a real mess, and the safe had been rifled.
No sign of Smedley?
No.
Go on, Mike, please.
Now, she knew that old Smedley had a habit of getting up in the middle of the night and going in there and counting his money. He never did trust the banks, kept everything he had in that safe. So she knew right away what must have happened. She knew for sure when she found that Smedley wasn't in his bedroom or anywhere else around the house. Also, she says she could smell gunpowder there in the library.
Well, did she call the police?
Yeah, and Sergeant Porter came running. And when he found the footprints leading down to the beach, down to the dock, and the marks of a body dragged along.
And the body itself?
No sign. Must have been weighted down and dumped in the lake.
Who, Mike?
No question about it. They've been living easy off him for years, just waiting for him to die so they could get their hands on his money. One of the twins.
Only one of them?
Only one set of footprints out there in the sand.
Have the police been able to find the twins?
They sure have. They've got them locked up in the local hoosgow.
Then what's the problem?
Only one of them did it, Johnny.
Okay.
But both of them, both of those boys have absolutely airtight alibis.
Crime, delinquency, threats of war. These are the subjects that dominate our news headlines these days. Not very pleasant subjects, are they? You may say that somebody ought to do something about cutting down on crime and delinquency and in promoting peace among nations, but that there's nothing you personally can do about it. Well, that's where you're wrong. You can wage your own fight against crime and delinquency in your own family by taking the family to the church or synagogue of your faith this week. The inspiration and guidance you and they will receive from spiritual contact will strengthen moral background and faith. Regular attendance at religious services will help your family to work out its own problems and give them comfort in facing the tensions of our present-day life. Worshipping together brings your family closer together, too. And supporting your own religious institution provides funds to help those individuals and families who, unlike you, are unable to help themselves. Find the strength for your life. Worship together this week. And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
The police had roped off a lane from Smedley's house to the beach to the dock, where it was obvious from the tracks in the sand that somebody had dragged the old man out there, piled him into one of the rowboats, then dropped him into the lake.
Sure, it was one of those twins, Mr. Dollar. It had to be.
Well, now, why do you say that, Chief?
Sergeant Bill Corder.
Okay, Sergeant.
Well, not only because of what Mr. Kendry told you about him, but because the footprints that hauled him out of here was made by the shoes of one of them.
Which one?
Either Tracy or Alfred.
But you don't know which?
Well, that's the trouble. Not only because it was a pair of brand new shoes that didn't have any what you might call identifying marks, even where they showed up clear in the damp sand, but because those two young punks always dressed exactly alike. You know, so as to cover up for each other.
How do you mean?
I mean, not only because they were always...
Those boys were always mischief makers, Johnny.
They sure were and still are.
They just didn't have anything else to do. One of them would provoke a fight at one of the gaming casinos or borrow somebody's car without permission or such nonsense. And each of them would swear it was the other.
Yeah.
And because they look and talk and act exactly alike so that nobody can ever tell which is which, well, the police here, never knowing which one they could legally hold, and they were always threatening the super false arrest.
And you'd be as mad as we are over how many times they've gotten away with that, Dollar.
Right.
And not only because witnesses to whatever they did couldn't tell them apart, but that fool uncle of theirs would always come along and pay a fine or something before we could nail down the right one. That's it.
And you say they both have alibis for whenever it was this thing happened?
Yes, sir. About 3 o'clock this morning.
And you're sure about those footprints?
Sure I am. Found the shoes that made him in the house, in the clothes closet. Found the sand on them.
In whose closet?
Tracy's.
Oh?
Yes, sir. And Alfred's.
Oh.
Same closet.
Sergeant Corder, Mike and I went on into the house to talk to Mrs. Maid Turner, Smedley's old housekeeper. Tall, raw-boned, but erect and strong in spite of her years, having worked hard all her life. She looked as if nothing in the world could ever face her. But obviously the death of her employer had.
If only he'd have listened to me, Mr. Dollar. If only he'd have listened. Because I knowed something like this would happen to the poor old man. Him keeping all of his money here in the house instead of down to the bank where he ought to.
How much money, Mrs. Turner?
Oh, goodness knows, Mr. Dollar. But it was all he had, and he was a rich man, and everybody knowed that he kept it here, and that he'd come down in the middle of the night and count it all out to himself. And look, he didn't even pull down the shades, so's anybody and everybody could see him sitting here with all his money. And I told him, and now it's happened.
Oh. In other words, Sergeant, almost anybody around here could be suspect.
If it wasn't for the footprints out there in the sand.
Well,
Footprints, did you say?
Well, to be honest about it, that's why I came in here earlier, Miss Turner, to look at the boys' shoes in their closet. You see, whoever did it and hauled him out and threw him in the lake, well, that is...
He don't need to tell me, officer, because I kept telling him about them, too. About the way he was spoiling them so bad, giving them everything they wanted. I told him that sooner or later one of them would get so greedy he'd turn on to him.
But which one, Mrs. Turner?
Which one? They're the only relatives that he had. So it was Alfred.
Oh?
Oh, it was Tracy.
Oh, yeah. My next move was to go on down to the jail and talk with the twins. Oh, they were identical, all right. I wondered how they themselves knew which was which. But in spite of what seemed to be the general opinion of them, they impressed me as just a couple of rather nice, normal, high-spirited kids.
So, what if we did raise a little cane around town now and then, Mr. Dollar? None of it ever really did any harm, and we had to do something with our time.
All right, now look here, Tracy.
No, I'm Alfred.
Oh, well, I'm...
And what I mean is, it's no reason to pin a lousy thing like this on us, even though we aren't too sorry that he's gone. After all, what did he have to live for?
Oh,
I mean, just having to drag on maybe 10 or 15 years more with that lung trouble he had.
Now, look, you boys never had to do a lick of work in your lives.
Well, not since we got through school. But do you know why, Mr. Dollar?
Why, Al? I mean, Tracy?
Because Uncle Marv didn't want us to. He'd worked so hard as a prospector and a miner, accumulating his pile, and he wanted somebody to enjoy his money.
And that old skinflint ever want somebody else to enjoy it?
That's right, Trace and me. We're his only kin. Yeah, that's why he told us he was leaving us all his insurance.
And what about the rest of the estate?
We don't know and we don't care. After all, he did plenty for us. I mean, even before this insurance we'll get.
Not if it's proved that you killed him, Tracy.
Oh, now, wait, Mr. Dollar. Have you got any proof that Uncle Marv was killed?
Proof that...
Well...
What?
I mean, sir, that unless you find his body...
Don't you worry about that, Tracy. Al. My boys will find his body if they have to drag that entire lake.
But unless you do, you won't really have a case against us or anybody, will you?
We'll find it, all right.
And why don't you suspect somebody besides us?
Yeah? Like who?
I'll tell you who, Sergeant. What about all those old prospectors from the old days that he did out of mining claims that have kept coming back to him for handouts?
Oh, you're a fine one to talk about handouts. Now, listen, don't tell me you aren't glad that he's gone.
Yes. Trace and me and that old witch Turner and all the other people.
Now, you look.
Wait a minute.
If Miss Turner hadn't taken care of him all these years...
Oh, sure.
All right. I understand you boys have pretty good alibis for 3 o'clock this morning.
Do we have to go over all that again?
What, afraid you might slip up retelling them, Alf?
I'm Tracy, Mr. Dollar.
Okay. Now tell those alibis to me.
Okay, Mr. Dollar. Whatever you say.
Okay, Tom, you relieve Jimmy over there on the blackjack table. When he gets back, you can take over one of the roulette wheels.
Oh, Mr. Harker?
Sure, Dollar. One of the Smedley twins was in here all night.
Which one?
Came in around midnight and didn't pull out until, it must have been about 8:30 this morning.
All right. Now, you're sure that he was here at about 3 a.m., huh?
Sure, I'm sure. Playing one of the crap tables.
He didn't step out for a few minutes, perhaps?
No, sir, and I know. Because I always keep an eye on those Smedley kids. You don't watch them, they're liable to pull tricks on our dealers. They think it's funny.
All right. Which one was it?
You know, I told you. It was Alfred Smedley, or his brother Tracy.
Thanks.
Come in and have a little refreshment, Mr. Dollar.
No, thanks. Just go on with what you were saying, please.
Well, the party got pretty big, and we all had a lot to drink. I didn't watch the clock, and it didn't really break up until about 9 o'clock.
This morning?
Mm-hmm.
And he was with you all the time, huh?
Every minute.
All right, now, which one of the twins was it?
Who cares? You're both a lot of fun. I mean, fun.
But, now listen, I have to know if it was Alfred or Tracy.
But I haven't the least... Say, now, what's this all about, Johnny?
Murder.
Oh.
Well?
Well, it was Tracy. Maybe it was Alfred.
Thanks a lot.
In a world of doubting Thomases decades ago, it never would have been possible for stars to shine in the daytime. But in this day and atomic age, anything's possible. Thus, it's not only possible, but a fact that only on stations of the CBS radio network, stars do indeed shine in the daytime. You'll find them illuminating an entire segment of your daytime listening every Monday through Friday. These stars have all been named by celestial authority vested in their forebears. Those names are Arthur Godfrey, Art Linkletter, Bing Crosby, Rosemary Clooney, Gary Moore, and Durward Kirby. You won't find them in your book of the planets and stars, but no compendium of show business luminaries would be complete without them. Monday through Friday, your radio set is your personal telescope on this star-studded display, on your CBS radio station. To list them once again, Arthur Godfrey, Art Linkletter, the house party man, Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney in tandem, and Gary Moore and Durward Kirby. Enjoy them often. Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Twins of Tahoe Matter.
So both Tracy and Alfred Smedley had alibis, if for no other reason than that neither of them could have been in two places at once. And those alibis might be pretty hard to break. Yet, according to what little actual evidence there was, one of them must have killed their uncle, or the insurance... Oh, no, wait a minute. Yeah, there was something that Alfred, or Tracy... Anyhow, there was something that one of them had said that suddenly gave me a hunch. Expense account item 3.70 for phone calls to locate Smedley's lawyer on the success of Matter. Then I dropped into his office and asked him just exactly one question about the old man's will. And his answer gave me a new, fresh start on the case. Item 4, 10 cents, another call. This one to Sergeant Corder.
Yes, Dollar. The boys found the body all right.
Yeah?
Now, you know how the water off that beach stays clear and shallow until it, gets to 150 yards or more straight out from the dock?
Yeah?
And it drops off over 300 feet straight down, just like that?
And the body had been dumped over that ledge?
Oh, but it's gone all the way down. We'd never have found it. But it was hung up on a rock, not more than 20 foot under.
I see.
And, Dollar, there's a nice, clean bullet hole on the back of his head.
Did you find the gun?
Same caliber as one that was issued to those twins a couple of years ago.
Did you find it?
No, sir. And if it was dropped overboard, too, and it must have been... Well, I hate to say it, but, Dollar, we'd never find a little gun in over 300 foot of water at the bottom of that lake.
No, all right, then.
We'd never find it in 1,000 years.
Maybe we don't need to, if I can pull off a little bluff.
In other words, we're never going to know whose prints are on
Sergeant.
it. But it was one of those twins did it, all right.
Sergeant.
No, there's just no question about it.
Listen, Sergeant, listen to me, would you please? I want to go back to the house.
Huh?
You meet me there in the library. There at Smedley's house.
Oh?
Yeah. I'll be there in 5 minutes.
right, Miss Turner.
Oh, that's terrible. Terrible place.
Mrs. Turner.
If you just brought me his poor old body here to the house.
Mrs. Turner.
Yes, Mr. Dollar.
Well, let's quit fooling around with this thing, huh? I just finished talking to Mr. Kenneth McManus.
Mr. McManus?
That's right, the lawyer.
Yes. Yes, and I guess he told you that all of poor Mr. Smedley's insurance goes to those two worthless twins, those murderers.
Yes, he mentioned that.
Is that all he told you?
No. He also told me that the remainder of the estate goes to... Let me see, I scribbled down some of the actual words. Here. The balance of my estate, including my home, I bequeath to one who, although I'm certain her motives have been entirely selfish, that she has simply been looking forward to being provided for in my will.
What?
Nevertheless, as a reward for Mrs. May Turner's faithful service, and I have told her this.
He left something to me.
You know that he told you he did. And that was your motive, Mrs. Turner.
What's this?
Now, you look
Of
here,
course, the
young
gun
man.
belonging to the twins was just as available as a pair of shoes that were borrowed to carry the body out there and leave the footprints.
Dollar.
The point is, though, that when Sergeant Corder found not only the body, but the gun out there in the lake...
No, Dollar.
And when I take your fingerprints and compare them with those we found on the gun...
No, listen.
You don't mind giving me a set of your fingerprints, do you, Mrs. Turner? Well...
Half of my life I spent taking care of that stingy old man. And him giving me nothing. Whilst all the time he kept giving his money to them boys. So that by the time he finally would die natural, what'd they be left for me?
And you would have let those boys go to the gas chamber, wouldn't you?
No.
Oh, no?
I hated those boys. But I knowed they could never put it on to them. Nobody could ever put anything on to them before.
I'm afraid that's beside the point now. Now that we know you did it.
But I had to. Because if I'd have waited, he'd give them all his money, and when he did die, there was nothing left. Nothing for me. Nothing. Don't you see?
What's left for you now, Mrs. Turner? Oh, sure. From here on in, it's up to the courts. And no doubt the whole estate will go to the twins. You know something? I hate this kind of a case. It leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Expense account total, including incidentals and the trip back home, $416 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Constipation is something people don't talk much about, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Now, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Well, pleasant-tasting chocolate X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting, there's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity gently, overnight.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, one of the most beautiful, most charming girls I've ever known, involved with a killer. But now, don't misunderstand me. I didn't say how she's involved. As a matter of fact, it's to protect her from a killer that I take on the case. And it just so happens that among the people on this man's list of intended victims, that is, the people who had a hand in sending him off to prison, yeah, you guessed it, he's also after me. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Gene Tatum, Paul Dubois, Forrest Lewis, Sam Edwards, Herb Ellis, Tom Hanley, and Bill James. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is John Wald speaking.
Menace looms over blistering desert wastes as suspense brings you Inferno next on the CBS Radio Network.